aka Sage the Urban Witch, and I am on for another live stream pick a card reading for you guys. Okay, we're going to get into it very, very quickly, very soon. But while I'm at it, you guys, let me turn on my big screen, okay, so that I can see myself. Okay, and happy Monday to all of you guys out there. Hope that you guys are doing well. Okay, also, guys, caveat, I want to let you guys know your girl, my throat is, doing the itchies and the scratchies. Okay, so heads up, hopefully I won't have to, cough in your ear, or, excuse myself for a second, to gather myself. Okay, I'm thinking that it has a lot to do with, not only for me individually, but a lot of you guys out there, dear one, who are part of my collective. Okay, there is a collective effort for the powers that be, for lower vibrational energies, entities, spirits, and beings, individuals, past people, people that are haters, people that, are keeping tabs on you and don't like what you're saying, don't want the truth to get out, all of this and all of that. There's a concerted effort, dear one. Spirit just dropped this download to me, come through Spirit, that, there are a lot of people, dear one, that are looking at you guys and they want you guys to shut up. They're literally trying to shut down your throat chakra, your ability to communicate. And then I got to go back, and take it there in terms of, justice for Nolan Wells. But, very ironic how, of all of the body parts that they could have withheld, okay, that one of those essential body parts to determine if whether or not there was foul play, and of course we know that there was, okay, they held back the throat. Okay, the throat represents communication, the throat represents exposing the truth. Okay, yeah, the throat represents speaking out, voicing out, expressing yourself. So for all of you guys, come through Spirit, all of you guys out there who are part of my collective, you could very well be having, throat chakra issues, coughing and hacking and, the tightness in the throat, okay? Because this is not a warning, but this is like a message from Spirit of what is going on around you, how you guys have a lot of collective energies that is trying to shut you down, trying to stagnate and stifle your ability to communicate, to be a voice for yourself, a voice for people, to expose the truth, to communicate, to express yourself, especially if you have something where, as a part of your collective life path, destiny, or purpose, it has something to do with communication. Yeah, so, that's a caveat, y'all. We gotta, keep our tea, our herbal teas, keep your witch brew, okay, on deck, okay, your witch's brew on deck, like your girl Sage, okay. Get with the chamomile, the calendula, the hibiscus, all of this and all of that, okay. Blueberry tea is awesome too, okay. Yeah, get with that, y'all. And, do a lot of things, a lot of activities to continue to try to clear out your throat chakra, okay? Lots of heavy breathing, okay? And things of that nature, okay? Deep breathing, okay? To clear out your throat chakra, okay? That's a caveat for you guys, all right? All right, so didn't mean to go there, but Spirit do, but Spirit wants to do, okay? I'm just the vessel, all right? So having said that, guys, as you guys are coming in, okay, recognize that, your girl has attention deficit, yeah. And so, if you come in and leave a lovely, beautiful comment, if I don't see it at the time that you drop it, okay, no worries, okay? I will respond to you guys after the read, okay? I'll say hi to as many of you guys as I can, in the chat after the read, okay? So hold tight with that, but please, by all means, leave your beautiful comments. And of course, if you are a roach, I'm going to block your ass, okay? Just gotta let you know. And, if I'm feeling very spicy, not only will I block your ass, but I'm gonna put you on my altar and I'm gonna fry your motherfucking ass too. It just depends on, how I feel. Yeah, that's your girl Sage, okay? All right, so for the rest of you guys, dear one, welcome to my channel, okay? I thank you guys in advance for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. I also thank you to those of you guys who are continuing to purchase readings readings from your girl, okay? I am doing my best, you guys, to get the reads out, and I appreciate you guys' patience so much, okay? I did get a batch done today, okay? So work with me. A lot of them came through over the weekend, and I'm so grateful, and I thank you guys so very much, okay? So that's a caveat. You guys, you know who you are, okay? It's coming, boo. It's coming, okay? And some of the rest of you guys, your emails, okay? Yeah. All right. And then also, you guys, thank you to those of you guys who are continuing to leave donations to your girl, okay? Very much so appreciated, okay? For those that you are dropping $5, $10, sometimes more donations via my business website, okay? Which, by the way, the link to my website, you guys, is in my bio, okay? So for those of you guys where if you would like to get a personal reading, you know, all you got to do is email your girl, okay? Email me at WizdomandSage@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, and then write personal reading in the subject line to get the party started, okay? All right, so let's get into it, all right? So for today, you guys, I don't think I gave you guys the topic of today, but today, you guys, we're going to focus on what is the gossip on you from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that rejected you, or shall I say that you rejected. Let me say it again, okay? What is the gossip on you from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that you rejected, okay? Yeah, and so, dear one, we got two piles here, okay? For those of you guys who chose pile one, or will choose pile one, and you can choose both of them, you know, it's no never mind to me, okay? Thank you guys for the hearts and the loves. I appreciate you. Love you right back, okay? Your girl love you long time, okay? Yeah. So, for those of you guys that chose pile one, okay, we have the number 43, deep knowing. The number 43, deep knowing, okay, yeah. And then for those of you guys who chose pile two, we have the card, the number 42, chopped wood, okay? The number 42, chopped wood, okay? Yeah, so for those of you guys, whether you chose pile one or pile two, just want to remind you guys that these particular cards, these are giving you guys the energy that you are exuding at the time of the read, okay? So this is about you, okay? So now that we've gotten into that, dear one, okay, yeah, we had to get into this read because as I was meditating, and Spirit gave me the download for this particular read. You know, you guys in your season, you know, I keep telling you guys that you always have a lot of people that are watching you guys, okay? They're sitting back in the cut, and, you know, you got your haters, you got your lovers, you know, you got people that you've just met, you've got people from the past, okay? You got people from inside of your family, whether you deal with them or not, and then you got people on the outside of the family. You got people all around, dear one, because, come through Spirit, there is a buzz around you guys at this time. But out of all of those people, okay, I'm hearing from Spirit, and as I was gathering in the ethers, a prominent energy that is coming through currently is that you guys have a lot of people from your, shall I say, people that you used to date that are in the category of that F-boy, that F-girl, or that, you know, that player there, okay, that has a lot to say about you guys, a lot of gossip, you know, to say about you guys at this time, okay? Yeah, you the talk of the town, and you are on these players, these F-boys, these F-girls' lips, okay? Some of it, as we know, you know, it's based on lies, you know, we know that. But then also, dear one, some of it could be like some confessions, okay? I'm hearing that old school song, this is my confession, come through Spirit. Yeah, Usher wanted to come through. Yeah, so, you know, depending on, you know, the energy, some of them have some good things to say about you. Some of them have some, you know, lies and some not so good things, but we're going to focus on a little bit of both, okay? All right, so for those of you guys who chose power one, again, we have the number 43, deep knowing, okay? So I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, you're the type of person where, you know, people look at you and they can tell that there's some type of aura, some type of mysterious mystique about you guys, something about your vibe, okay? It's giving that you're otherworldly. It's giving that you guys are more focused on the spiritual things rather than the carnal things, okay? So, you know, You could be the type of person, dear one, where, you could be very much so into astronomy, okay? Some of you guys, you could have a telescope and, certain nights or, certain moon phases and things of that nature, certain planetary alignments, you're out, on your balcony, or you're out, on the roof, or, wherever you can be to, look at the alignment of the stars and of the planets and things of that nature, like your girl Sage, okay? Hubby be teasing me. He be like, you better be careful out there on that roof. You're going to mess around trying to look at a star and bust your ass. And I'm like, I hope not. I'm trying to be careful, Yeah, it's a flat surface, but, he just be teasing, but whatever. But yeah, some of you guys, dear one, you could be that way as well. Where people look at you and they can tell that, you're very much so into the mysterious, the unknown, okay? You like to dive deeper, you like to go beyond what's on the surface. So you guys could be stargazers, okay? You could love to, try to keep up with the planetary alignments because you want to go with the flow of, the universe as opposed to going against it, okay? You guys could also be sun gazers or moon gazers, okay? You could very much so do rituals and things of that nature on moons, okay? New moon and full moon cycles, okay? Some of you guys, you could have a very, what I call a cute little apple face, a little round face, okay? It's giving Cancer. You could be, have Cancer prominently in your chart, okay? One of the big threes, okay? Sun, moon, rising. Spirit also says add to that Venus or Mercury. Thank you, Spirit. So some of you guys, you could have that round baby face where people look at you and you look innocent, and people could say, yeah, you could do no wrong. Come through, Spirit, with that confirmation. We know it to be true. But some of you guys, people are saying, hey, you better watch that girl. You better watch that guy. Well, they look innocent. They look very, very young for their age. They look naive. They look, this and that. But, they will hem your ass up, okay? Yeah, don't mess with collective, okay? You better forget about the fact that they got a baby face. They got a cute little face with a little dimple there, okay? They got those big dewy eyes, okay? They will return your ass to sender, okay? Don't play with it. Come through, Spirit. So you guys got certain people that say these type of things about you guys, okay? About your facial features, that you look very, very innocent and very youthful, very vibrant, but you're not to be played with, okay? There's more than meets the eye to that, that youthful face, that baby face that you guys are rocking, okay? Also, dear one, people are saying that you guys, you're very intuitive, okay? You're very tuned in and tapped in, and people just love to have conversations with you, or they try to, okay? They know that it's very difficult to get close to you guys, okay? I'm hearing that old school song, can't get next to you, babe, can't get next to you, oh, I come through, Spirit, old school. I believe that's the Temptations, okay? But dear one, a lot of people be saying that, there's something so mysterious and so mystical and so exclusive about you that, although people would want to be your friend, they want to be, in your circle, they want to be around you, near you, with you. But, you're so exclusive that, it's very, very difficult to get a hold of you. You're not popped outside. You're not around. You pop out when necessary, then you go right back. It's giving like celebrity energy, where it's like when it's time for me to do something, I'm going to pop out and do it. I'm going to, make my rounds. I'm going to be seen. I'm going to do this and do that. But hey, when it's time for me to go back in, and recoup, rejuvenate, protect my energy, I'm doing that too. Okay. So you guys may have this type of aura about you, and this is what a lot of people are picking up about you, okay? Yeah, and also, dear one, people recognize that, you know how to read the room. It's going to be very, very difficult, dear one, come through, Spirit, for people to try to pull the wool over your eyes, okay? You're not having it, okay? Yeah, you're not having that at all, okay? Because, you've been there, done that. You got the t-shirt and all of that, the cup and all of that to go with it. And, it's like, you're just not the type of person where you will put people on blast and say, hey, motherfucker, I know what you're trying to do. And, you're not going to get away with it. You may not say that. I'm hearing you're more likely the type of person where you'll give a person a lot of room to hang themselves, okay? It's like, they'll be thinking that they got over on you. They'll be thinking, yeah, collective, she's so naive. I just told her this and that and that, and I know she believed it. Or, JoJo, I just told JoJo this and that, he don't even have no idea, I'm kicking it with his homeboy. I'm kicking it with his brother, some, rank and jank like that. that. But dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, you very much so well know, but you're like silent but deadly, okay? It's like, you're gonna let them think that they got away with murder. You're gonna let them think that, this went down, that went down, and then at the most opportune time, okay, you gonna snake their ass in a way which they gonna forever and consistently be broken down like a motherfucking 12 gauge. Okay, come through spirit. Yeah, so it's giving, you the first person that you a bounce, and then people come home and they're like, damn, where's collective? And they run to the closet, ain't nothing but 3 raggedy hangers. It even look like the hangers looking back at the person and laughing like, that's what the fuck you get. Yeah, collective gone. Ain't nothing here but me, motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, it's giving that. Okay. It's giving, you'll definitely, do that, that Spengali on their ass, okay? You will definitely trip them up, okay? You'll definitely do that reverse Uno. They thinking that, yeah, you gonna be home, you gonna be right there, you gonna have dinner on the stove, okay? You gonna have, the bath water flowing, ready for them to get in the tub. You gonna have all of the accoutrements, yeah, that they so used to you guys having and doing. But all the while, dear one, you were playing chess, not checkers. You kept them, off all of the signs that, you was leaving and that was the last day. It's giving that, dear one. You guys are very stealthy. So a lot of people know this about you, okay? Yeah, also, for one last string, dear one, because, I got to get into the read now. Hold me back, spirit. Pull me out of the ethers now. Yeah, but for this last message, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit that, you guys are the type of person where people look at you guys and they see that whatever you're doing, you guys are so prosperous. You have learned how to get things out of the mud, to do things on your own. You're the type of person where you rarely need help from people. You figure out how to do things by yourself. Okay. Very self-sufficient. Okay. So you guys know how to establish a firm foundation for yourself. Okay. A lot of people won't ask you if you need help, but they surely will come towards your ass for help, okay? So you're that type of person, okay? But it's giving that, in comparison to a lot of people around you, and also, dear one, in comparison to the way that you used to be in the past, a lot of people see that you guys have garnered some type of stability and security in your life, and this is because you guys learn how to tap in, okay? Yeah, you learn how to listen to yourself and stop listening to other people around you, because you guys realize that, all of the so-called advice and all of the things that people were telling you, dear one, that without a good goddamn, people was telling you shit because they wanted you to stay stuck. They wanted you to stay on their level. They didn't want you to lead, dear one, because they knew that, where you were going and for where spirit was taking you, they can't come through spirit, and also they can't get credit for it, okay? So they recognized a lot of you guys, you're like that lone ranger, but you have the strength and resilience of like 100 people of, it's like you got a crew, but a lot of people may not see the crew. Your crew could be, spiritual, okay? Because, you just get a lot more done when you're not dealing with, carnal people, carnal situations. You're very, your head is somewhere else, okay? You're thinking about higher things. You're very high vibrational. And I'm hearing from spirit, you're not the type of high vibrational where, it's like spooky woo-woo. Dear one, we got certain people, they so spooky woo-woo, they ain't no goddamn good. They need to get down on the ground and touch grass, okay? Hug a tree, okay? Goddamn, some of them, they need to have a drink. Yeah, they do. Some of them, dear one, they need to take one shot, just one shot of Henny. Bring your ass down, because you too high up in the ethers, okay? You ain't doing no good to yourself or nobody. That's for somebody, yeah. But I'm hearing from spirit, dear one, you guys are very balanced, okay? It's like you have 1 foot in the ethers, 1 foot grounded. You're very much so balanced. So, you're not into all that spooky woo-woo. So it's very, very difficult, dear one, for people to try to pull the wool over your eyes and say, we got one here, y'all. We got someone that's into the spiritual. Oh, we can get over on this person. We can do this and we can do that and we can say this and we can. No, the hell you can't. Not with my collective. You're going to turn around and get your ass handed to you. You better get on now and get some more, goddamn it, okay? So it's given, dear one, that you guys are very balanced, and although you're spiritual, you're not, spirit got jokes. You're not goofy, okay? You got certain people, dear one, they're just goofy with it, okay? They don't make no sense. You know, they're like, oh, I'm going to manifest this and manifest that. Meanwhile, they just sitting on their ass, okay, with their legs crossed. And then they thinking that whatever they're hoping for, whatever they trying to manifest is just going to sit and fall in their lap, okay? Well, okay, but your goofy ass, you continue to be over there, okay, on the sofa, talking about some you gonna manifest a job, and you know, you ain't went online to look in no, no Indeed.com, no Monster.com. You ain't contacted nobody to see if you can make some connections, okay? You ain't done no type of footwork, and you just think that, you know, that job gonna come to you, that career, that opportunity gonna come to you, okay? You ain't trying to go on no auditions, okay? You ain't trying to do none of that, but you just sitting back, you know, watching a lot of movies saying, one day I'm gonna be a star. Okay, well, you wait on it then. Okay, that's what we mean by goofy. Okay, Spirit is like, you know, and people know, dear one, when they look at you, you know, you're not goofy. You're spiritual, but you're not spooky woo woo to the point where you're just goofy and you just saying shit that don't make no sense. Okay, because even the sacred text will break it down to you and say, hey, a man don't work, or woman, a man don't eat, or woman. Okay, you sit on your ass all you want to, talking about so you're gonna be rich. You don't get up off your ass and get to work, you're gonna starve, bruh. You're gonna starve, sis. Okay, also the sacred text come through. Faith without works is what? Dead. That's right. So sit there all you want talking about something. You're gonna try to manifest, you're gonna try to, you know, visualize. You're gonna visualize your ass in a poorhouse. You're gonna visualize your ass under a bridge with a cup. Bruh, sis, if you don't get up off your ass, okay, you got to do more than wish for it, want for it, hoping, wishing, praying without no action. That's goofy. And here to saying, dear one, you guys are definitely not that. And a lot of people around you, dear one, they know that you're not like that. And some of them are upset about it because they thought that they would be able to get over on you. But you're not the one, dear one, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? All right, so that is a little bit of you guys' tea in terms of who you are, okay? Now, dear one, let's get into, you know, what's the gossip on you from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that you rejected, okay? Come through, Spirit. Let's see, what does Spirit have to say, okay? All right, okay. Somebody got something good to say about you for the first time, okay? All right. So the first message, you guys, we have high vibrational, okay? So I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, right off the bat. You could have a past F-boy, F-girl, or a player that you rejected, and they're admitting, dear one, as they're gossiping about you now, you don't make no mistake, now they still can't keep your name out their mouth, but at least this time around, dear one, in the ethers, they're, you know, they have some good things to say about you. So some of them, dear one, they're saying that you have changed. They don't recognize who you are, but they're saying, dear one, that you have changed for the better. You're very, very high vibrational, and this also goes in tune with, you know, as I was reading you guys' energy in the ethers there, okay, a lot of these people, or this particular past F-boy, this past F-girl or player, dear one, they're recognizing that you guys have changed, and so this is why access is denied, okay? Because you're on a whole nother level, okay? You're thinking about different things. The things that you used to like, you don't like no more. The things that you used to do, you don't do no more, okay? Because you're high vibrational, okay? You know, your focus on, you know, a deeper plan, you know, something where it's going to bring a different type of quality of life. It's going to elevate you, okay? It's going to be something where, you know, you're creating your life in a way, dear one, where, you know, you actually are going to be happy when you get up out the bed to go and do a thing, because it's going to bring you joy. It's going to make you feel fulfilled, okay? Whoever this past player is, this past F-boy or F-girl that you have once rejected, is almost, dear one, like they're giving you your kudos, and they're saying that, you know, in a roundabout way, you know, they know that you would not have changed. You would not have, you know, gained some type of clarity on your life. You would not have taken a different trajectory where now your life is on, you know, a higher level, you know, by leaving them, okay? Because your hobbies, your likes, the things you used to do, the type of people that you used to hang around, including this particular F-boy or F-girl, dear one, they're knowing now that, you know, yeah, you know, they ain't got a chance in, you know, hell to be with you, to circle back around. But that's all right, you know, because because whoever this particular person is, dear one, is giving that they have changed. It's giving that, perhaps, dear one, on the low, they have been sitting back in the cut watching you. And a lot of them, dear one, they have been gleaning off of you, trying to, figure out what has caused you to change and what has caused all of these positive changes in your life. So now it's like they're giving you your props because they're almost admitting to themselves, subconsciously at least, that, they want to kind of be like you. They want to kind of make those same changes that you guys are making. Well, wow, look at Collective, they don't smoke no more. They don't drink no more. They're doing this, they're doing that. They don't party, they don't rave no more. Collective is a mommy now. As a father now, they got that business, they taking care, their child, they taking care of their responsibilities, okay? They at home, they got a good woman, they got a good man, or, they're definitely top tier quality where it's just a matter of time before, they pull something, okay? So, kudos for them. I'm actually, happy for them. I'm actually inspired, okay? So, dear one, for one particular past F boy or past F girl or player, dear one, they're trying to follow in your footsteps, and they're telling everybody that you've changed, you're high vibrational, you're doing a lot of different things, they don't recognize you, but the changes are good, the changes are attractive, for some of you guys, I'm hearing the changes are sexy now, okay? Yeah, you bring in sexy back, it's something about you, dear one, whomever you are. You make spirituality look good. Yeah, you make it look sexy. You make it look good to, be on the straight and narrow. You make it look good and sexy to be exclusive, okay? Can't everybody get in to fit in, okay? You make it look good, dear one, but don't everybody have your number. Not everybody have access to you. You make it look good where, you're not all outside popping out and you up in everybody's face trying to be seen, okay? You so exclusive and you got it like that, dear one, that when you step out, all eyes are on you and people know, hey, this is a rare event. Like, is that Collective? I know that's not Collective because, they don't really get out. They don't really do this. They don't really do that. So they know, damn it, it's a special occasion for you to step out, okay? Because, you don't waste your time. You don't, waste unnecessary energy, your unnecessary essence, your unnecessary life force, okay? You ain't wasting your face card, okay? You ain't wasting your goddamn gas, okay? Yeah, you're not wasting no good outfit, okay? You ain't wasting none of that. So whatever you decide to do, whenever you decide that you stepping out, everybody know, dear one, including this past player here, they know it's for a good goddamn reason, okay? Because you just ain't gonna be just caught out there just being seen, just with no vision, no purpose, nowhere to go. Nah, you that's not you. That ain't it. Okay, come through, spirit. So whoever this person is, dear one, whoever this past player is, okay, this past F boy or F girl is given that they're very inspired by you. Okay, they are motivated by you. They're gleaning off you. They're very much so watching you. Okay, a lot of them, dear one, they may be trying to pick up on your lingo. As I look at the number 7 here, the 7 representing spirituality. Come through, spirit. Okay. This person, it's like you're giving them a new lease on life, dear one. Whoever this past player is, they're looking at you and they're saying, hell, well, if Collective could do it, they've carved out a new life for themselves where they're actually happy, where what they're doing is bringing them, good fruit, okay? Is making them productive. It has empowered them. Okay, well, damn, surely I could do it, if they change and it's clearly working for them, then maybe I could do it too. I just never thought that, it was about anything. I didn't know that spiritual shit was about nothing, okay? I just thought that, that was all play. But dear one, they're seeing through you as they lurk, as they keep tabs on you, that it is really the real deal in the field, okay? It's not a game to you. And whatever you're doing, dear one, they're seeing the results of your manifestations. They're seeing the results of how your life has changed, and they know that it's real. And now they want to hop on the spiritual train with you, okay? Now they ain't gonna let you know that, but they are sitting back in the cut and they are talking to their homeboys. Come through, spirit. They're talking to their homegirls. Some of them talking to Mama Duke. Some of them talking to, they pop, okay? Whatever the case may be, somebody talking about you, dear one, in terms of how you're making such an impact on their life, and you guys have no idea, and you're not even around. But they're watching you and they're learning from you. Okay, that's for somebody. Okay, come through, spirit. So the next energy we have, you guys, is I regret using you and losing you. Oh, we seem to have so far, I don't know how it's going to flip up and change, dear one, but so far the energy is giving that whoever this past F boy, F girl, or player is, it is giving that they have changed or that they're trying to change, okay? It's given that, they're going through some type of spiritual transformation, okay? And maybe they still don't have a lot of people around them to lead them in the right direction. Maybe some of them are still kind of caught up in some, some carnal, some janky situations, but they still have a part of themselves that is still yearning for more, looking for more, trying to find the best way to elevate, okay, to expand their horizons, okay, to get more into, the things that matter, to, change and evolve in terms of their values and goals. And, right now, dear one, it seems as though the only person that is a true example that, people can change. That is a true example that, spirituality is real, okay? Spirit, the Most High, ancestors are real. It's not all spooky woo-woo. It's not all goofy, okay? Dear one, they're learning that from you, okay? Now, here we got the next card, dear one, is giving the energy of I regret using you and losing you. Yeah, because whoever this past player is, dear one, it's like they literally kind of like woken up just long enough to, have the veil and the wool removed from their eyes, to look around and see that the people that they are around, the things that they are doing come through spirit, the environment that they are in, they're recognizing, dear one, that shit ain't hitting no more. It ain't fun no more. The people ain't cool no more. The women, the men that they used to be with, they ain't really hitting no more. It's not hitting the spot no more. And so they're literally bored. They're literally feeling drained. They're feeling empty. They're feeling depleted. And they're looking at you, dear one. They're like, damn, I'm surrounded by a bunch of zombies. I'm surrounded by a bunch of liars. I'm surrounded by a bunch of fake ass people, lights, camera, action. They have no substance. Oh my God. Have I become one of these people? No wonder collective left me. No wonder collective rejected me. Once upon a time, I thought I was all of that. I thought I was a shit. Come to find out, I was all smoke and mirrors. And this is why collective didn't want me, because now that my eyes are open, hell, this is how I'm feeling about these same motherfuckers that I'm around. I got to get away. I got to get out. I don't even like these people. I don't have nothing in common with them no more. I'm tired of doing the same things that they do. This shit is played out, okay? I'm tired of going to the club. Oh, that's for somebody. I'm tired of going to the strip club and making it rain, okay? I got to save my goddamn money. Yeah, I want to build. I want a legacy, okay? I'm tired of pouring my money, my hard-earned money into randoms, and then, I'm tired of waking up to people I don't even know their name, okay? I looked at them. I danced with them. When I danced with them, they had blue eyes and they had long hair. And goddamn, when I woke up next to them, they had short hair and dark eyes, damn near black eyes. What the fuck going on here? I've been bamboozled. I've been run amok. I've been led astray. Goddamn it, Plymouth rocked and fell on a player. I got to get up out of this. Come through spirit. Yeah. So it's giving, dear one, whomever this person is, they are very much so in regret of using you and losing you, because once upon a time, dear one, they were living in that Peter Pan stage where they thought that they would never, mature, never get old, have to face the consequences for their actions. They never thought, dear one, that they would wake up one day and look in the mirror and say, what the fuck have I done? Where has my life gone? Where has my time gone? Goddamn, where has my money gone? And I have nothing to show for it. And then all of a sudden, dear one, they sit back and they look and they think about you, whether they got a picture of you, screenshots of you, whether they have downloaded some of your shit on the Tubi, the Twitch it, the TikTok it, the Instagram it, okay? Whatever type of memorabilia that they have of you, dear one. Now, all of a sudden, they're going back down memory lane and they're like, damn, if I would have been mature enough to handle collective when they was in my life, I can only imagine how far my life would be, how far my life would be, financially, how far my life would be in terms of building, in terms of, my legacy, in terms of, quiet as it's kept, I want some more children, I want to have a little girl. I got all boys. I want to have a little girl. I feel like, if I would have had my shit together, come through spirit. This is somebody now. Somebody, they laying it rare. They laying it down raw now. Yeah. They're thinking, dear one, had they had their shit together at the time that, you were in their life or around them, in their vicinity, through 6 degrees of separation or less, their life would have taken a whole different trajectory. It wouldn't be so hard now. It wouldn't be such a struggle now. And they wouldn't be so alone now. Okay. Yeah. So they're definitely going back down memory lane. Yeah. Some of them, dear one, as quiet as it's kept, as they go home to their empty home, I'm hearing, a house is not a home when there's no one to hold you tight. Come through spirit, old school. Luther Vandross wanted to come through there. What's up, Luther? Yeah. But I'm hearing, dear one, this particular person, dear one, this particular player, they could very much like music, they could very much like the old school as well. This person could definitely be 30 plus, this player here, this player from your past. And I'm hearing from spirit, dear one, I'm getting in the ethers here, they have the type of vibe where, oftentimes when they go home alone, when no one is around, they play their music, okay? And they sit back and they reminisce about you, and they wonder what would have happened, what could have happened had they had their shit together back in the day. But they wasn't ready then. They was immature. They wanted to play. They wanted to play that cat and mouse. They wanted you to chase, dear one. But they had to learn the hard way and the strong way and the long way, come through spirit, that you don't chase, you replace, okay? And then they got replaced. And now, dear one, they regret using you. They regret losing you. They regret thinking that, they can get another you, that you wasn't all that. And here it is, this person been out in the streets now. The streets have, robbed them of their time, their life force, their essence, their money, their, building a firm foundation. Whoever this person is, dear one, they're recognizing now as they're looking in the rearview mirror, looking back at you, that, all of the actions that they have taken has robbed them of a lot of their life. And now they're trying to make up for lost time, okay? Yeah, this person, they're hoping and wishing, that they would have an opportunity to get another chance with you, okay? Because they're certainly saying to themselves, dear one, if I had a known then what I know now, goddamn, ain't nothing out here in these streets. Now, I still got to maintain a certain persona because of who I am and, what I do, where I'm at, who I hang with, my crew, and da-da-da. But goddamn, dear one, in the stillness of the night, when this person is at home by themselves playing that slow music and they got that shot of Hennessy or that Crown Royal nice, so nice. Come through spirit. Yeah, what's up, Jelly? Yeah, when they, got that Henny or that Crown Royal on ice, they sit back and they listen to those slow songs and they think about coulda, shoulda, woulda. God damn, I wish I would have had my shit together when I was with Collective, when Collective was in my life. But now, I regret using them and losing them because, the people that I'm around, the people that I now have access to, hell, they ain't hitting on nothing. Okay, so yeah, dear one, this person is in deep regret. Okay, and then the energy that I'm picking up on, dear one, is giving that it's not a matter of them regretting that they fucked up, they fumbled, and they wish that they would have had, more manipulation tactics to hold you down. No. For this particular stream, dear one, is giving that, this old, past player, this past F-boy, this past F-girl, they have really grown up. They're like on some spiritual journey now. And they see based on, ain't nothing out here in these streets because they've been out there long enough to find out. Yeah, they keep looking back, goosenecking, looking back at you, dear one. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're engaged, married, or booed up, or whether you're harmoniously single, baby, and you're giving top tier status, so they know that you're only going to be entertaining and, attracting top tier suitors. Dear one, they know that they missed out, okay? It is definitely giving that, okay? Oh, we love it, because, this not only applies to Those past players, dear one, that were feminine, that were females, but also the masculines too. I'm hearing both sexes equally, okay? Also, Spirit says same sex or opposite sex. It all applies. Whoever this person is, dear one, they done went to enough lounges, enough hookah lounges, enough clubs, enough gay bars, enough, gay parades, enough, excursions, enough, don't be tardy for those parties. They've gone to enough of those, okay? Yeah, enough of those parties where, you got to have a code word to get in. Those parties where, you got to sign an NDA. Those parties, dear one, where you got to bring your medical stats, okay? Or bring a screenshot. We want to make sure you're in the clear, okay? They got to do all of that to get into those type of parties, okay? It's given, dear one, that this is the type of person, whoever this energy is, okay? Dear one, they've seen a lot and done a lot now. Want to let you know that now. They've been, thugging and mugging in these streets now. Yeah. They've been, they didn't open up Pandora's box, okay? And, they can't unsee what they done already saw. They can't undo what they already did. But it's given that whoever this person is, they're on this energy, they're very much so in deep regret. Because, I'm hearing, been around the world and I can't find my baby. Come through, Spirit. This person travels a lot now. For some of y'all, it's given this person could be in the public eye. Yeah. For some of you guys, it's given that this person could be, they could be a truck driver. They could be a traveler, whatever they do. They could be in some type of status or position, dear one, when people know them. So it's almost like, their credibility, their street cred and their business cred and, how people perceive them is very, very important to this person. It's given that they have some type of position or status. They could be in politics. They could be in the religious sector, okay? They could be, grassroots, okay? They could be nonprofit. They could be, entertainer, singer, rapper, podcaster, DJ, tattoo artist, okay? Their own business person, work with contracts, get contracts. It's giving a lot of different things, okay? It's even giving, blue collar workers that have made a nice living for themselves, okay? Like city workers, like plumbers that have their own business, like, house flippers that are their own, contractors. They do HVACs and, plumbing and this and that. Make a pretty penny out. Now, don't sleep on those type of people. Because they make bank too, those that get it done and get it done right, okay? Thank you, Spirit. I just saw the letter CDL float in my spirit, okay? Truck drivers that make good money, okay? So they travel a lot, okay? It's giving, dear one, whomever this person is now, they're commanding attention. They have dominion in their particular niche industry or field or their career, okay? They do business. They don't do business. They do business, okay? They got dividends to make the ends meet, okay? That's this person. But it's also given, dear one, that as much money as they have, the financial portfolio, the Hellcat, the Tesla, the this or the that they drive, okay? I just saw Aston Martin for somebody. Well, damn, okay? Whatever they got, dear one, is giving that they got it, but they don't have no one to share it with, at least not someone of substance. And this is what's keeping them goosenecking, looking back at you, okay? Yeah. Oh, wow. This is very, very juicy, y'all. Come through, Spirit, with this topic on today as I was meditating, okay? All right. Let's get some more tea. Let's get some more tea, you guys, okay? What's the gossip on you from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that you rejected, okay? All right, come through, Spirit. We have, let me flip it so y'all can see it, okay? We have Ageless Beauty, y'all. Ageless Beauty. It's in reverse, okay? So I'm hearing multiple streams. I'm going to take them as I get them. Come through, Spirit. Let's go, okay? So the first message that I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, is that whoever this particular, past F-boy, F-girl, or player is that you once rejected, whoever they are, dear one, they're looking at you and they're saying, damn, had they been with you, they feel as though they would have had more life force. They recognize when they look in the mirror, they don't even recognize who they are. They feel as though they've premature age. They feel as though, they're tired now, okay? The bones, the ligaments, the tendons, the joints are aching, They can see all of that hard, fast living, in their face when they look in the mirror, okay? They can feel it in their back and their body when they get up out of bed, okay? But they look at you, dear one, and they see you as someone where, they hate to admit it, dear one, but they feel as though, one of the reasons why you're still maintaining a glow, I'm hearing you're a vibrant thing, a vibrant thing, okay? Yeah, that's old school. Tribe Called Quest wanted to come through there. They're looking at you, dear one, and they're talking about how a lot of people around them have, aged, seem like they have that hard living, that fast-paced living, that drinking, I've been drinking. Yeah, that drinking, that smoking, that sniffing and this and that, that's wearing on them. You can see it on their face. You can see it in their energy. And they're saying as they're gossiping about you, okay, to the people around them, to their homeboys, to their homegirls, they're like, some of them are admitting, dear one, that the reason why, they can bet that you still look so youthful, so vibrant, so resilient, okay, dear one, regardless of your age, is because, you chose to go a different way, okay? Your life took a different trajectory, and you wasn't all out in the streets like them, okay? At a certain point, you was like, okay, I'm almost stop it right because I already have done enough partying. I've done enough, going down this lane and that lane with this person. I already know how it's going to end. So I'm gonna make a U-turn. I'm gonna take this exit right here, and the rest of y'all, peace. I holla, okay? See, you don't want to be you, but it's time for me to elevate, okay? Yeah, whoever this person is, dear one, come through spirit. They're looking at you and they're gossiping to their homeboys or homegirls around you. They're like, yeah, you know what? Collective still fine. God damn. Some of them, they look better now than they did back in the day when I knew them, when I was trying to step to them, when I was with them, when we used to Yeah, they saying now, dear one, it's like, damn, you got a new lease on life. Face card didn't decline at all. It has ascended. Okay, the collagen is popping. Okay, I'm hearing from spirit. The complexion is doing this thing. Okay, yeah, the dimples still dimpling. Okay, the skin still smooth. Okay, yeah, the eyes still white and sparkly. Yeah, okay, yeah, you guys are still maintain your energy, whether you were thick with it and slick with it, or whether you were tall and slender and athletic. Okay, they're saying, dear one, you may have put on some pounds, but goddamn, you put it, come through spirit with that confirmation. We know it to be true. Y'all, spirit be having jokes. Yeah, y'all, every time my every time my device beeps, that be spirit, y'all. He be chiming in. And it's funny when he chime in on certain parts, but come through spirit. Yeah, dear one, some of them be like, damn, collective. Even if they gained a couple of pounds, they had a baby, they a mommy now, they a father now, they having their responsibilities and this and that, but goddamn, they still look good, okay? Whatever weight they gained, it didn't went to the right places. Yeah. Some of you guys, they're one, even if, you're on the slender side, they're still saying that you look good. Hey, you girl, damn, collective then grew into them legs now, she told me a story one time when she was, young. They used to call her, chicken legs, or they used to call her, a goose or a swan, or, something funny, because she used to have those tall legs. But goddamn, I've been keeping my eye on, collective, and she done grown into those legs now. Those legs still popping. They popping and locking. Yeah. They got some beautiful things to say about you guys, and it's like they're admitting, dear one, that had they had taken that road, that turn off, that exit with you, had they had exit stage left like you did, dear one, at the time that you did it, Why they were so busy still wanting to party, don't be tardy for the party. They still trying to be the first one there, the last one to leave. When they was still there, dear one, in that cycle, and when they was too busy on the low clowning you, dear one, talking about some, you too green, you too vanilla, you too, you ain't about it, you ain't with that life, you ain't dot, okay? Yeah, dear one, they wish that they would have took that turn with you, because the people that they've been dealing with, they got mileage on them, and they look like it, whereas you, dear one, because you got off that road, you got off that exit earlier, and you left them, and you didn't mind them clowning you. You didn't care, okay? Call you square all they want to. That's all right, okay? But fast forward to now, dear one, now they're looking at you like, damn, look at collective. It's like, they're like fine wine, okay? They still look good. God damn it, some of them look better. Collective look better now than she did. Collective look better now than he did back in the day. So, dear one, it's definitely given that, you guys have that vibe, and they're like, wow, if only. This person, dear one, they are definitely in regret, okay? Yeah, they're definitely in regret. And some of them, dear one, they are so hoping, wishing, and praying. Some of them, one, they ain't prayed in years. And I'm literally saying the vision of somebody on their knees. They leaned over the bed. They got their head resting on the pillow. And they literally just trying to, in their mind, just pray to whoever they consider their creator to be. God, I know I fucked up. I know I was living that fast, hard life. I know I didn't do right by a lot of people I was with, a lot of women, a lot of men that I was with. I know that I was out there wilding, okay? But, I'm ready to make a change, I'm ready to do right, I just want another chance with Lisa. You, Lisa. I just want another chance with JoJo. You, JoJo. God, if you give me another chance, I promise you, whatever you need me to do, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to change my life around. I done stopped drinking. I done stopped smoking. I done stopped puff passing. I done stopped popping pills. I done stopped sniffing, yeah. I done stopped, swiping to the dark side of, the Grammy, I done stopped, going to those, massage parlors and those happy hours and those strip clubs and, getting those happy endings. Oh, come through, spirit. Somebody is bearing their heart out to spirit, and I can hear it. Come through. But dear one, this person, they are just begging and pleading for another chance. Now, I'm hearing that, your ancestors, dear one, whoever you are, your ancestors are up in the cut, and they literally have their hands crossed. And they're leaning in on this person, this past player, this past F-boy, F-girl, whoever they are, dear one. And y'all know who it is. It's that one particular one. Okay? And your ancestors are like, I'm going to keep listening at this motherfucker. He better not be lying. She better not be lying. And access is still denied because you got to show and prove. But we sitting back here now and we listening and we looking and we ain't giving your ass the green light. Not yet, because we want to see some more. So it's given, dear one, whomever your ancestors are, they are on full red alert. Like, yeah, you know what? That sound real nice. That look real nice there. You on your knees there. Get on up for you get stiff. Okay. Well, we see that. Okay. Yeah. We hear that. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. We see you in the shower, and you letting the tears mix with water in the shower because you just really just feel like, damn, you just want another chance with my baby girl. You just want another chance with my baby boy. I'm looking at your ass. Well, we ain't gave you the green light yet. We still want to see more, okay? Because, we hip to people like you, you say shit that sound good, you say shit, and you claim you done turn over a new leaf and, you able to maintain for 3 months. And then after that, you the same janky raggedy motherfucker. And I'm telling you now, you're not gonna play with my baby. So y'all got some gangster ass ancestors here that's coming through the ethers, and they sure enough are saying that they on standby with that leg leveraged up now, ready to kick off in the ass of whoever this past F boy or F girl is. Because they're like, you're not going to go to the spiritual throne with no bullshit and try to plead your case if your heart ain't right. So they definitely looking at this person, hard body, dear one. Want y'all to know that. Okay. I'm here recorded session. Okay. This person is definitely being looked at. They're being viewed. Their heart is being judged at this time, okay? Yeah, some of you guys, you might start getting some downloads really soon about this person. If you haven't already, you might get some dreams about him. You might start getting dreams about, one of your ancestors, that's over on the other side of the veil, okay? Mima might drop off in your dream and tell you a little something, Paul might drop off in your dream there, tell you a little something, something. For some of you guys, my condolences, but if you have an ancestor that is, a deceased mother or a deceased father, Spirit says within the next 3 to 6 days, they're going to be popping through in the astral, in the spiritual realm to give you guys some tea as it relates to this particular person, okay? So you guys, heads up for that. That's a caveat for you. And for those of you guys where you be dreaming real hard and you wake up and you can't remember your dreams, okay? Spirit says keep a journal by your bed, or if you guys keep a, one of your, because, a lot of us, we have many phones, okay? Keep one of those phones, dear one, on your nightstand, and when you pop up and you just had a heavy dream, and you feel like there's a message in that, go onto the notes section of your phone and tap in a few keywords, you ain't even got to pop out of bed. Just have one eye open and just roll back over, go back to sleep. Or if, you're getting up to use the restroom, record something. This dream was about this, it was about that. The sky was this way. I saw my Nana, she had on this color, that color. She said this, she said that, okay? Because it's going to mean something to you guys, says Spirit, within the next 3 to 6 days, okay? That's for somebody. All right. Let's get some more tea, y'all. Okay, a little bit more tea. Okay. Yeah. What's the gossip on you guys from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that you rejected? Come through, Spirit. Okay. We have, turn it over so you guys can see it. We have abortion. It's in reverse, dear one, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, there is a past F-boy, F-girl, or player, dear one. They are kind of like in regret now that you may have gone to the doctor to get some type of procedure, so that, you would not have been, tied down or caught up with this particular player, this particular F-boy or F-girl, because you were like, nah, I don't want that for my life, okay? And so, dear one, whomever this player is, this past player, they are in heavy regret, dear one, because they're looking at you now and they're thinking to themselves and they're saying, had they had their shit together back in the day when you were around them, when you were loving them and they just didn't want to do you right, they just wanted to have you and have their cake and eat it too. They just wanted to have you, and then, two in the possible, you on the side, or they wanted you to be the main bitch, the bottom bitch, but they had a lot of others, okay? Whoever this energy is, dear one, is giving that, they had like a whole harem going on and they had mofos in rotation, They definitely had, Jezebels and Jezebels because they wasn't nothing but a motherfucking hoe. Come through, Spirit. Bars, yeah. And so whoever this person is, dear one, is giving that, they looking at you now, dear one. A lot of y'all got to be online, yeah. A lot of y'all got to be popped out in some way, shape, or form, okay? You got to be doing something that's causing a buzz around you. You got attention on you, okay? Do you have a business, okay? Are you a social media influence, content creator? Are you making money online, okay? Are you establishing something for yourself online? Do you do something where you have a lot of eyes on you and, in the public, out in the public world, in corporate, or whatever you're doing, dear one? Do you travel a lot where you got a lot of eyes on you, and whoever this person is, dear one, whatever way that they have access to look at you, okay? For some of you guys, it's past memorabilia, past pictures, screenshots, photos, some of this, some of that, okay? And some of them is just a memory of you. No matter how much hard living they have done, no matter how many people they have run through, okay? No matter how many girls, guys, whatever, they still thinking about you, dear one, and they have not forgotten about you, okay? You need to know that. But this particular person, dear one, they're looking at you. This is giving a particular F-boy, a past F-boy or past F-girl. They have children, okay? They are a parent. They are a baby mother or baby father. And as it is now, dear one, they are in regret with who they have decided to, lay down with and, make babies and, now they have responsibilities. And I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, they're looking at you and they're thinking, damn, had I been acting right, had I done right by Lisa, had I wanted to do right by JoJo, we could have had a baby together. and my life perhaps could have taken a totally different trajectory. Maybe I wouldn't have, 3, 4, 5 or more. For some of y'all, maybe I wouldn't have 3, 4, 5 plus for some of them baby mamas. Maybe I wouldn't have 3, 4, 5 plus baby daddies. Had I been with collective, had I had my shit together, I could be married now. I could have 2 or 3 kids, or even just one with, collective. But, I know why they did what they did, and it hurts me. But, I didn't have nothing to say at the time, but the fact that I didn't care because I was too busy in the streets. But now, as I've gotten a little older, come through spirit, now as I recognize that, I've wasted a lot of time, okay? Now I'm caught up in situations where I have a lot of responsibilities, and, the people that I have to share my life with, share my resources, my finances with, split my time with, I don't really like them. I don't really want to be with them. I'm binded to them. I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids, but I just wish that situations and circumstances would have been different. I wish collective would have been the mother of my child or my children. I wish collective would have been the father of my child or my children. So, dear one, come through spirit, whoever this player is now, the energy seems to be the collective energy. This is someone, dear one, they have definitely seen the error of their ways. They have definitely changed. They are in a lot of regret. They are in a lot of sorrow. This person is admitting that, because of their hoish ways. Now, they didn't got caught up. They got situations. They got responsibilities. And, they can't get out of those responsibilities. I'm hearing they made the bed, so they got to lie in it. But they wish that it could have been with you. Had they been with you, dear one, had they had their shit together, they wouldn't have, child support payment over here, child support payment over there, child support payment, damn, every goddamn where. They wouldn't have a baby mama in Detroit, Atlanta, Houston, Chicago. Goddamn, they would have just had you, dear one, had they been mature. For some of them, dear one, had they listened to the right people. Because whoever this person is, dear one, is given that they jumped off the porch early and they didn't have a lot of guidance. Perhaps they didn't have a strong role model, a male figure in their life. So, they was getting man talks about manhood and how to treat women and this and that. They was getting that from, the OGs in the streets, okay? Yeah, them same dumb motherfuckers that be hanging on corners and, they ain't worth a good damn, but they was trying to tell somebody else what to do. They followed the footsteps of the wrong people, Yeah, some of them, dear one, they got their, their advice about manhood and what to do. They got that from, gang leaders, gang members, They got that from, OGs that, couldn't keep their ass out of prison. Yeah, they got they information from, they own pappy, they own papa, who was a rolling stone. Y'all know how that go. Papa was a rolling stone. Come through spirit. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left him was alone. Come through spirit, old school. Yeah. Temptations wanted to come through, y'all. Yeah, whoever this player, y'all. Whoever this player is, he like, damn, I got the wrong advice. I listened to the wrong people. It was a matter of the blind leading the blind. And, now fast forward to now, I got myself caught up in the situations. I got responsibilities that I can't get rid of. I'm in contracts, and connections that I can't turn myself loose from. But if I would have had the right advice, if I would have been schooled by the right people, by the right crew, and some of them, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit also, come through spirit. In addition to, listening to the OGs that didn't know no better. Yeah. Listening to, the gang leaders in the neighborhood and, in the community, Yeah. In addition to listening to Papa that was a Rolling Stone, he ain't have good goddamn sense because his daddy didn't have sense. And his daddy's daddy didn't have sense, and so on and so on. This person's recognizing that, damn, they just perpetuated a generational curse and they just not realizing what it is. And, they didn't have the knowledge or the know-how to break it. Some of them, dear one, this person is acknowledging as he or she sits back in the cut and they're like, damn, I wish that collective would be or would have been the mother of my child or my children. I wish that collective would have been the father or, of my child or my children. Some of them, dear one, they got their teachings about manhood from watching porn. From listening to dumb, goofy peers that didn't know no more than what they knew. Some of them was lying and saying that, they know about this, they know about that. They did this, they did that. They did a motherfucking thing, but got caught up, just like this player here. So some of them, dear one, they're really, they're in regret now as it pertains to you, dear one, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. I really thought that I was going to be getting a lot of janky information, y'all, but Spirit has really, he surprised me with the downloads that I'm receiving, with what I'm seeing in the ethers here, okay? Because whoever this past player is, whoever this past F-boy or F-girl is, dear one, is giving that they really have changed. And they really do, have a lot of regrets. And it's not a regret about, oh, I regret getting caught. I regret that, I wasn't a bigger dog. I regret that, I didn't have my foot on collective's neck harder. Nah, they just regret that, that the situations turned the way that it did, they took the road that they took, okay? They was around the people that they were around, and they learned what they learned, and they did what they did, and now, it is what it is, okay? They have regret. I'm hearing, if I could turn back time. Old school, yeah, that's Cher. Somebody did one, they wish they could turn back time, okay? All right, let me give you guys another message, you guys, okay? And then I'm gonna give you guys some signs, and then we're gonna turn it loose and move on to pile 2, okay? Come through, Spirit. What's the tea? What's the gossip, y'all, from your past F-boy, that past F-girl or player that you rejected? Okay, let's see. All right. Come through, Spirit. We have the 9 of Pentacles, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, right off the bat. You have a past F-boy, F-girl, or player. They see, dear one, that you are now in your element. And they're telling, a lot of people, dear one, that, damn, collective got it together. They making money. They a boss now, okay? I'm also hearing, dear one, whoever this person is, they're very much so comparing their current person to you, whether this person be someone that they're just, they just in it for the meantime, or whether they're, trying to, have some type of relationship, but deep down inside, they still recognize, dear one, that they have settled in a lot of ways. And, something that Spirit told me a long time ago that really amazed me, one of the differences between how men are how men are wired and how women are wired, is that men can live their whole life settling and make their mind be okay with it. They can go to sleep with that person every night, have children with that person, build a foundation with that person, buy a home and assets and vehicles with that person, and still in the back of their mind, dear one, know with all of their heart and all of their gut that person is not the one, but that's the one that they settle down for, because they figure that because they couldn't have you, or they couldn't have the person that they really wanted, that the person that they're with, that they chose to settle with, is the next best thing for them. And I was like, what? They really settle like that? And they could split their mind like that and say, yeah, I recognize this person is not the one, but it is what it is. And so I'm just going to, deal with the cards I got, make it do what it do. Whereas women, it's very, very difficult for us as women to settle. When we know that our heart is not in it, when we know that person is not the one, whether that be, the man, female, same sex, opposite sex, it all applies, it's very, very difficult for us to settle. Sooner or later, we're going to do something. We're going to do something to do some type of sabotage to get ourselves out of that situation, okay? Whether it's on a conscious level or unconscious level, because it is wired in us that we are not designed to settle. We have to have what we want, okay? But men can settle. That's why it's so difficult. Men be like, damn, you playing hard to get. Damn, your expectations too high. Because from a male point of view, they feel like, why can't you settle like I settle? Hell, we settle all the goddamn time. This person that I'm with right now, I don't really want to be with this person. Hell, but I'm with them. This is why I'm talking to your ass. I'm hoping that I can get with you. But I got somebody else in the cut. Yeah. Why playing hard to get? Why you just your expectations so high? Why you this? Why you that? Because women are not naturally designed like men. We're not built to settle like men are. You know? And when spirit hit me to that, I was like, wow, that's some deep shit right there. Okay. But as you look at how men, how they navigate in the world, and how it's always seems it's like they never satisfied. They always goosenecking looking for the next best thing. Whenever you see a man that does that behaves like that, deep down inside you will know, dear one, because whoever he with, he settled. That's not who we really want. Because if he really had the person he want, there could be no person, no Jezebel, nobody come up in his face. They could walk up in his face bucket ass naked. They can drop down to their knees, to his knees. He'll look at them like they crazy. They can roll and twirl around his ass and fall on the damn ground right in front of his ass with their head down and their ass up. They can roll around his ass, twirl 3 times, and fall on their back with their legs high up in the air. And he'll still look at their ass and say, bitch, you need some clothes? Are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need me to call somebody? Yeah, because what they got, what they really, really desire, they already got. They ain't looking at nobody else, okay? Yeah, they not looking for the next best thing. They not looking for the next best opportunity. They not saying, I must, a man is only as, faithful as they options, as, they chance to get in where they fit in. Bullshit. If the man is really with who he want to be with, ain't no man, woman, child, goddamn, Zeus can come out the motherfucking sky and say, I got a plethora of women. What? I got hoes in different area codes. What you want, bruh? And they say like, man, you get your ass up out of here. I don't want you. I don't want nothing you got. I'm already with who I'm with. I'm happy. So that's another thing, dear one. That's for somebody. If a man is looking at you and he claim he already got somebody, he ain't happy. That's why he goosenecking. That's why he looking at you. If you got a man that's a serial cheater and he can't keep it in his pants and he always looking at what's the next best thing, that's because he not fulfilled. That's because he's settling. And deep down inside, dear one, he may know that what he truly wants has already passed him by and there's not another chance to get another chance. Or he knows, dear one, that what he really want he can't have because you got to match the vibe for what you want. And he may automatically know, even if he don't want to admit it, that he can't get what he want because he not on the level of getting what he want because he ain't that. And that's why, their actions will speak louder than their words. You just gotta watch them. You just gotta be observant. And then if you tune in and tapped in like your girl Sage, you ain't even gotta beat your head over it. Just ask Spirit. He'll drop you the tea now. He'll give you the tea that you need to set you free. Come through, Spirit. But I don't know why I said all that. That's for somebody. But the next card we have, you guys, is Nine of Pentacles. And whoever this player is, dear one, they're comparing themselves to who they're currently with to you. In terms of the fact that, you're a boss in some way, shape, or form. You are definitely getting multiple streams of income, or you're headed that way. As I'm reading the Pentacles here, Spirit is saying, those Pentacles represent streams of income. They represent ideas. They represent options, okay? You got options, baby, whoever you are, okay? And it's very, very clear as day to this particular player, to this past F-boy or F-girl that's watching you. They're like, damn, it's giving, dear one, that whoever you are, it's giving that you're some type of late bloomer. It's giving that a lot of people, dear one, they passed you up, they passed you over. They couldn't wait for you to come into full bloom. It's like they tried to rush you, It's like you were that type of rose where it took time for, your bud to bloom. And meantime, people was trying to pick at you, pry at you. And Spirit was like, hell no, get your ass away from my baby girl. Get your ass away from my baby boy. They still cooking. They ain't ready ready yet. They don't want your janky opportunist ass. I'm going to cloak them. I'm going to hide them so you can't even see what they working with, because we already know your heart and your mind ain't right. Okay, yeah. So a lot of you guys, dear one, is giving that you were that late bloomer, that you were cloaked, that your light was dim, but it was only dimmed for a season so that you can get all of the jankies away from you, so that you can even get rid of the people, dear one, that, for all intents and purposes, they could have been, the right person, but it was the right person at the wrong time. Yeah. And even sometimes you can have the right person, but if it's at the wrong time, they still gonna fuck up some shit. They still gonna fuck up your life and their life. So they might as well be the wrong person, because timing is everything. So for wherever you are, dear one, this person is looking at you and they're like, damn, I wish I would have been more patient. I wish I wouldn't have played on collector's top, because now I'm looking at them and, they right on time. They are in season. They're glowing. They're popped out. They're doing their thing. They're prosperous now. They're abundant. They're a boss. And whoever I was with is given, dear one, come through, spirit. Whoever this person is with now, dear one, is given that, they got bamboozled because, they chased the shiny thing. And, they woke up with, a cubic zirconia, and they thought that the person was a diamond. Meanwhile, dear one, they thought that you was a cubic zirconia because, it was taking you too long to bloom. It was taking you too long to pop out. Well, what you working with, girl? What you working with, God? Are you destined to be successful? Why you ain't got no money? Why you ain't got this? Why you ain't got that? It's given that someone was literally trying to pry open, your flower, pry open your treasure box, and spirit was like, nah, they still cooking, leave them alone. They not ready yet. This ain't the time yet. And so, whoever this player is, dear one, they went off with, someone that, at the start, it looked like this person had what they wanted. It looked like this person was going to level them up. It looked like this person was somebody that was going to give them status. It was going to give them clout, okay? It looked like, they was ready for it right now, and they couldn't wait on you. So they went off with the brightest, shiniest thing. And, it turned out to be, whoever this person is, they're one is a bait and switcher, okay? It fizzled out. They took this present home, they unwrapped it, and they found that it had a pretty package, but goddamn, it was empty on the inside. Nothing upstairs, no substance, okay? No murk. Come through, spirit. Yeah. This person, is given, this person, this player, like, damn, who I'm with, they tricked me. But, they got tricked there one because they was a trickster, okay? It's just giving that, somebody played them. Somebody turned out to be a bigger player than them. Somebody turned out to be a bigger opportunist than them, okay? Yeah, somebody turned out to be a bigger Decepticon than them. So this person thought that whoever they selected, whoever they chose over you, dear one, because the read is giving that you rejected this person, but for some of them, dear one, you rejected them towards the end, because in the beginning they rejected you, but they was playing games. They was playing games. It was like, they was trying to call your bluff. They rejected you, but they wanted you to chase them. They never expected for it to end. They never expected, dear one, for you to walk away. You're going to pick up your coins, pick up your pieces, and move along to someone that, will, appreciate you and not tolerate you. Okay. It was giving that. And this person, dear one, they're looking at you now and it was like, damn, I should have waited. I should have waited because, who I was with, I rushed, and now they broke as hell. They ain't got no money. They draining me, draining my life force. I'm in a lifestyle. I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in, and I feel stuck. And then on top of that, the main things that, I was getting with this person for in the first place, they ain't even got it. So it's giving that, yeah, they got bait and switch, dear one. But see, they left you because slow and steady wins the race, but they couldn't wait. They wanted it now. And because they were so greedy and selfish and opportunistic, they got what they got. Okay, yeah. Now, dear one, whomever you are, whether you're harmoniously single and you're this boss, Nine of Pentacles, you can do it on your own now. But Spirit is saying, if you want to have that divine counterpart, hold tight, pimpin', because they coming. Okay, it's swirling in the ethers. But for those guys where you're just happily being harmoniously single, doing your thing, getting your bag, and you come and go as you please, and you ain't got to answer to nobody. You don't want no legalities on your thing. and you don't want nothing on, you don't want no, ring on your finger there. You can have that too. So Spirit says it's a split type of situation because the energy is split here, the collective that I read for. And, Spirit is saying, if you want it, you can have it, okay? I'm hearing that old school song, you can have whatever you like. Come through, Spirit. T.I. wanted to come through there. Spirit is letting y'all know you can have whatever you like, okay? And he recognizes that everybody and you all, every one of you guys that is a part of my collective, all of y'all don't want the same thing. You're in different seasons, different stages of your life. But whoever you are, dear one, in whatever season or stage that you're in, you got a player now. Come through, Spirit. You got a past F boy, a past F girl, a player that you rejected, okay, because they was playing games and they wanted to play the game, but you ended the game. And, and now it's given, they want to be a victim. It didn't go the way I thought. They got high expectations. They just want too much. They unrealistic. No, motherfucker, your expectations wasn't high enough. That's why you lost my collective. Get your weight up, baby. Yeah, get your weight up. That's the only reason why you sitting back now, shoulda, coulda, woulda, because, you didn't have your weight up. You thought you did. And you was around a lot of people that was stroking your ego. And, they didn't tell you the truth, okay? Collective told you the truth by walking away and staying away, okay? Yeah, and Spirit cloaked collective, okay? Yeah, because they didn't want he didn't want no opportunities coming towards them to take what they had just for themselves. Because whoever this person is, there one, this player, it's given that they was very much operating like some type of emotional vampire where they were plugging into all of these different people and then they were giving it to one main person. So dear one, you're the type of person where you're very high vibrational, okay? You have very potent energy, okay? It's giving that whoever taps into you, they can manifest off of your creative and sexual energy. Did you know that? Y'all need to know that. But a lot of you guys, that are part of your girl collective, you hip to the game, so you already know, okay? I'm just, giving you a confirmation. I'm not telling you nothing new. But a lot of you guys, dear one, you already know that, you had to be cloaked, you had to be hidden for, just for a little while, okay? Because you were surrounded by opportunists, okay? And you was definitely surrounded by a player, dear one. They wouldn't have done nothing but just plug into you like a goddamn battery, and they still wouldn't have done right by you. They still would have just used and abused you. So rather than had gone down that lane, Spirit meant for you to just go your own way, okay? Just exit stage left quickly and expeditiously, okay? And look at you now. You're beautiful. You popped out, okay? You like fine wine, okay? You are in your North Node season. You are prosperous. Everything that you touch is manifesting, okay? You're high vibrational. You got a lot of good things going on for yourself. And now you're at the point, dear one, you can sit back and pick your choice, your pick of the litter, so to speak, because your energy is so top tier that you got a lot of people that want to be with you. So, you ain't no picky, but you will get the opportunity to pick who you want, okay? Based on, what you want, okay? Based on, I ain't got to settle with nobody. I ain't got to, build a bitch. I ain't got to teach nobody how to love. Teach me how to love. Nah, that's not my job, bruh. That's not my job, sis, okay? If your mama and your daddy didn't do it, I can't help you, okay? I ain't got time to teach your ass how to love. I got to already be with somebody that's already on my level. Come through, Spirit. And so this is where you guys are at now. You're going to have your choice. You're going to have your options for those of you guys who are single if you want it. And some of you guys, you're already in it. You already in it to win it, okay? Yeah. With your bad self. Go ahead on now with your multiple streams of income. With your stability and security, with your peace of mind, with your good health, okay? With your self-love, because self-love is the best love. And based on that, you manifested, somebody that's on your vibe. You ain't got to teach nobody, damn it. They already know. Come through, Spirit, okay? Yeah. That's for a lot of somebodies is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Whoever this person is, they're looking at you, they're like, wow, collective is so confident. They're so beautiful. They just out there, they get all of this attention, all eyes on them, and they don't even be trying, okay? This person I'm with, they always up in somebody's goddamn face. I'm always telling them to sit their ass down, okay? They always up in my face. I'm always telling them to sit their ass down. because they got to have attention. But I look at collective and they get the attention, and half the time they don't even want it, but they get it anyway because of who they are. Damn. It's given, whoever this person is, dear one, they are a big walking glass of regret in the ethers in this current timeline. Everything they see about you reminds them that they fucked up, reminds them that they fumbled, that they was immature, that they made some of the wrong decisions, they made their bed, they got to lie in it, and now it is what it is. They are in deep regret, okay? I want y'all to know that, okay? This person, if this is a divine masculine, dear one, this person cries at night, they do, and then they try to get up in the morning and put on their game face. This person, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, they like to be around a lot of people. They can't stand to be alone, because when they're alone, their thoughts eat at them. Their regrets about you, dear one, eats at them. They got to be around a lot of noise. This is the type of person where they always trying to either be at a party, or they're always trying to host a party, or they're always trying to travel and be around a lot of people. They're always at somebody's house, or they want somebody over their house. Because when it gets quiet, come through spirit, and they're left with their own thoughts, they have nothing but regret, and they can't handle it. And for a lot of these individuals, dear one, this energy here, this past F-boy, this past F-girl, or the player that you rejected, is given that they have some stability and security now. They not a brokey. The energy that I'm tapping into, they got money. They got some wealth. They got, some of them, they got status. Some of them, they got clout. Some of them, they're in the industry. Yeah. Music industry, movie industry, entertainment, both indie and, Hollywood. And some of them, dear one, they're in the sports industry. Some of these energies I'm tapping into, they are athletes. They make money. And they have their choice of lots of randoms. They can't go to their hotel. They can't go to another city. They can't get off that tour bus or off of that. They can't, drop off their whip, at the nearest restaurant and let the valet park it without at least 3 or 4 randoms over in the corner. Hey. But come through spirit. But whoever this person is, dear one, is giving, been there, done that. I don't want that anymore, okay? All that glitters does not go, them shiny things, those remanufactured blow-up dolls with, heels and a dress, It all looks the same now. It's all just a blur now, It's no longer even exciting to just look at all these people clawing at them, and then they security be like, "What's up, bruh? Yeah, good game tonight. Well, what you gonna do? We got 3 in the lobby. You want 1, 2, 3? What you want? Which one you want?" And then the player like, "Man, go ahead. You can have that, man. I don't even want that, man. I don't even want that. I'm gonna clock in early. I'm gonna clock in early, my dude. I don't even want that. I'm gonna order something to eat, man. I'm gonna sit up and play PlayStation, man. I'm gonna play some of these games. I don't know what's those games they be playing. I just heard Madden come through spirit. I don't even know what it looked like. They be playing those games, those video games, If this is a sports player, like if he a basketball player, he be playing those video games with other basketball players, or they go online and, they stream, and they be streaming with people that watch them while they're streaming and stuff like that. They have to be around a lot of people because they're lonely and they have a lot of regret, and their heart feels just like it's missing out on something. It's like an aching. It's a pain, because this person, dear one, is getting that they've turned very, very jaded, because they're like, is this all it is to life? Going city to city, playing game to game, going city to city, concert after concert, hotel after hotel, plane, train, automobile, then I do it all over again. Blurred faces, same faces, no connection, still lonely, a room full of people, stadiums full of people, hotels full of people. And I got all this money. I got all the material things. I got all the trappings, but I'm still not happy. And dear one, whomever this person is, they looking at you, girl. They looking at you, guy. And they like, damn, if only. I still want the money. I still want the wealth. I still want the options and the things that it provide. But I want somebody to share it with. I'm tired of these damn randoms. I don't want that no more. Ooh, dear one, this person, they're really in pain right now. And you know, your girl is so savage. Usually I'll be laughing at these motherfuckers. I'll be like, that's what you get with your raggedy, janky ass. You should have treated collective better. I don't care that you cry at night. I don't care that you're doing everything you can to stay up at night 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning because you don't want to go to sleep because your heart is in pain. Because you have that lifestyle but no one to share it with. I don't care. But dear one, come through spirit for this particular energy, I must admit your girl feel a little sorry for them, because I'm feeling the authenticity, the genuineness in their pain, the genuineness in their regret. They really are in regret over you. They really want to share their life with you. They like, damn, my life would be so much more spicy. It would be so much more adventurous, so much more fun, so much more fulfilling, you know. They be thinking about, damn, you know, I got to go to Europe, you know, next week. Oh, I'm going to the UK, you know, the following Friday. Oh, I'm going overseas, you know, the next month. That I'm going to go here and go there. And man, I would give anything to just, you know, have collective riding in this private plane with me, holding my hand. You know, we eating shrimp and, you know, caviar and shit, champagne, and thinking about, you know, what we gonna do when we touch down after the game, what we gonna do when we touch down after the concert, you know. But damn, I gotta do this all by myself. So they in pain, dear one. But you better believe when they in the spotlight, ain't nobody gonna know it. Because the game face is long and strong. They got to put on that game face. They got to go on them podcasts. They got to do them interviews, okay? Yeah, they on satellite radio and this and that and that and this. They traveling here and there and everywhere. Oh, they got the game face on. And they letting everybody know, okay, the red light on, lights, camera, action. Oh, I'm loving my life. I'm living it like, you know, it's no tomorrow. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yeah, 25 points. Yeah, we in there. We in the house. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Y'all come and meet us. Oh, we at this tour. Oh, we did good. Groundbreaking records, okay? I love it. I love my fans. I can't wait to show up and see y'all next time. And then, you know, when the lights go out, when the mic is turned off, when it's time for them to get back in, you know, that Escalade and take them back to their hotel or the airport or wherever, they're lonely. They're hurting because they're not fulfilled. And they're looking at you. Whoever you are, dear one, this person, no matter what, how busy their schedule is, okay, they be watching you on their phone, on their tablet. What you do for a living, collective? Because it's given that whatever you do, this person has access to you, and it's given that this person is leaning over into the phone and watching. Sometimes they can't sleep at night. You know, whatever type of lifestyle, whatever type of thing they're doing for their career or business, it's given that they travel a lot and they got to be, you know, they so wired up. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, they still up. And, you know, they don't want to do the randoms, you know. They don't want to eat too much. You know, they got to maintain their weight. You know, they're not going to go to the gym yet. They got to get some sleep first. And they're going to get up like around noon, 1 or 2 and go to the gym, you know. But in those witching hours, come through spirit, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, they always got their phone and they be watching you. What you do, girl? What you do, guy? Because they be tuned in, they be tapped in, and they be like, damn, I wish I had collective with me to share this experience, you know. This big ass bed is lonely here. I wish I had them to, share this trip with. I could show them the sights. We in Europe, damn it. And, I could take them shopping. We could walk down here, walk down there. We can get on this boat ride, We could listen to this new music. We can go to this club together, just this club for two. A whole bunch of people in the club. It's just, her and I, or him and I. We just vibing, while I'm in this new city where I done touched down. Okay? Yeah. And, they're missing you. They want you in their life, dear one. Okay, it's given that. So I must admit, I feel a little sorry for them. I'm not gonna clown them, because I'm feeling that the energy is very authentic. The energy is very genuine. Okay, they're genuinely in pain. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of things to show for it, but they're still lonely because who they want to be with, they're not with you. Okay, this is for somebody. Some of y'all in the public eye now, and as this person is as well. Some of y'all, you on your way, and you already have a buzz. Some of y'all, you could just, just a beautiful chica, a beautiful guy, whoever you are dominating in whatever particular niche field of industry that you are in, okay? Up and coming, I'm hearing up and rising. But you have that star quality, you have that celebrity quality. And whoever this person is, they're one, and many of them is giving that they're already in that spotlight already. And they're looking at you and they can tell you are destined to be, someone that's on my circle, in my circle, around me. It's just a matter of time. That's why I notice you. That's why I can't stop looking at you. That's why I can't stop goosenecking and thinking about, damn, I fucked up with you. A lot of people may not know y'all now, but hell, I know that you're destined to be a star. I can look at talent. I know talent when I see it. I know beauty when I see it. I know, star quality when I see it. I know the it factor when I see it. This person, dear one, they know something about you. The only difference between you and them, they know is, the paparazzi ain't there yet. The groupies ain't there yet, okay? The crowd ain't there yet. The analytics ain't hit yet. That's the only difference. And they know it. And they are in pain. Like, damn, I fucked up. Damn, I want another chance. Okay, I'm going to get out the ethos. I'm going to get out the ethos, y'all. Because goddamn, we got to get on pile 2 now. And whoever this collective energy is, they don't want to turn me loose. We already have established, bruh. Come through, spirit. We already have established, sis, that you hurting. You want collective. Now, I said to you, whoever you are, bro, whoever you are, sis, my collective's ancestors are watching your ass. They on your ass now. They watching you. And they not impressed just yet of your tears. They not impressed just yet of you bending on your knees and saying whatever type of salutations that you're saying. Your salutations to the nation, or you praying to the east and this and that and that and this. They not. I'm gonna let y'all know. My ancestors, the collective's ancestors ain't too impressed with you, buddy, right now. They're still watching you, okay? And access is still denied. And they got their fingers crossed. And the leg is leveraged up. Now you better not try to step to collective if you don't mean right. Cause you're gonna get your ass tore up. Cause my collective's ancestors don't play. They ride at dawn, okay? And when you crying in the midnight hour, and when you crying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at dawn, they got their leg leveraged off, ready to ride at dawn if you do some stupid shit. Just want to let you know, okay? But I'm going to get up off of y'all. That's your read, okay? I had a collective. I'm talking to these former playboys, these former, F-boys, F-girls, these former players that's in the ethers real heavy right now. I just had to give them a quick message, okay? Now I'm going to get back over to y'all, okay? All right, collector. So that's your tea that you need to set you free now. I'm going to give you guys some signs, and then we're going to move on to pile 2, because goddamn, okay? Turn me loose, spirit. And the collective, this energy here, these past F-boys and past F-girls. Leave me alone now. I got to move on to pile 2. Y'all quit pulling on me. That's all you get right now. That's your tea. That's all the tea you're going to get right now. Now settle down. Okay? All right, give y'all some signs, okay? Thank you, Spirit. For those of you guys where this message most resonates, you or they, dear one, could very well be a Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Leo, if I didn't say so already. Thank you, Spirit. I'm also hearing Capricorn moon, Sagittarius rising, Gemini moon and Gemini rising, Libra rising, if I didn't say so already. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit says, don't say no names, y'all, because I'm so high in the ethers. If I say names, I'll be here all goddamn day. Okay? A lot of names swirling in the energy, in the ethers here. Lots and lots of names. I can't handle all of them. Spirit say, don't even start with one, because he know I'm long-winded. So no names for this one, you guys, okay? That's for those of you guys who chose pile 1. That was very, very interesting, you guys, if I do say so myself. I'm hot hell. I'm going to take my spiritual bath, and then, when I turn it loose and go downstairs and see what hubby is up to and see what my animal baby's up to, hell, I'm going to have to rewatch this my damn self and entertain myself. Because when, I don't know how other readers are, dear one, but when I be in the ethers, I don't remember what I said. I don't remember anything what I said, because I'm in the ethers, okay? I have to literally go back and look at what I said, okay? Or what I downloaded, shall I say? I don't remember, okay? All right. If some of you guys are like that, for some of you guys that are readers, okay, I would love to know that. We all have a different process, okay? So, but anyway. For those of you guys who chose pile 2, okay, we have chop wood, okay? Let me hold it up here so you guys can see it, okay? Chop wood, okay? So I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, right off the bat. Oh, also to let you guys know, if you guys are just coming in and you're like, okay, what's this card all about, okay? For those of you guys who chose pile 2, this is your current energy that you are exuding at the time of this read, okay? This is about you, okay? All right, so we have number 42, chop the wood, okay? So dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit that you guys, you're the type of person where, you could love to, clean. I'm hearing like home and hearth, okay? I'm hearing you love things to be balanced, to be organized, to be structured. You don't like no mess. You don't like no clutter. That get on your nerve, okay? Some of you guys do one. You could have people around you guys that may tease you. They may call you OCD because they'll never go to your house and see anything out of place. They'll never see a dish in a sink. It will be washed, or at least in a dishwasher, okay? Because there's something about how you guys, you're at your best when your environment is very structured, when your environment is very organized, and also when your environment is very aesthetically pleasing. Come through, Spirit. I'm hearing for those of you guys who chose pile 2, your environment is very important to you because you guys are highly sensitive, okay? You're very intuitive. So you like, your home to be very pleasant where your spirit can be replenished, okay? You want for your environment to look good, smell good. You guys love all of those soft, beautiful textures, okay? You may have plush, carpeting or throw rugs, suede, velvet, sofa pillows, you guys could have, curtains that are, that's very soft to the touch, giving like, faux suede and things of that nature, okay? Yeah, you guys love a clean home. It's got to smell good, baby. I'm hearing and seeing in the ethers, y'all going to have some of that kush, okay? Some of that, Arabian wood, okay? We got the wood right here, okay? Yeah, Arabian wood, smell me. We only drink water, like to keep that pussy healthy. Is it kind of... Okay, let me stop. Leon Thomas wanted to come through now. Yeah. What up, Leon? Yeah, y'all. But y'all like to have your house smelling good, You have that, that kush, that Arabian wood, okay? That frankenmyrrh, cinnamon, lavender, jasmine, dragon's blood, baby. Nag Champa in the house. I smell it. Come through, Spirit. Yeah, you love it. And also, you guys have the type of environment where it's so aesthetically pleasing. I'm seeing fairy lights, I'm seeing, LED candles, just in case you don't want to burn your house down. But I'm also seeing candles, mood candles, and also ritual candles. So people come into your home, dear one, and they automatically feel at ease. You're the type of person where you're like, shoes off. Shoes off at the door. Take your shoes off, put them in the corner. I got some, footies you can put on. Okay, I got some slippers, that you can put on and take home. You can take them home with you and bring them back when you come back to wear. Okay, it's giving that, dear one. You guys are big on, energy in your home, and you don't want to bring in any low vibrational negative energies or entities into your home. Okay, you guys may also have a lot of wards around your home. You could have a lot of plants around your home, because you also recognize that plants are not only beautiful, not only aesthetically pleasing, they also bring oxygen into your home, a sense of, life energy, life force energy into your home, but they're also very protective, Yeah, plants are very protective. And so you guys can have a lot of plants, okay? It's giving that. Some of you guys, dear one, you can have a broom by your door, okay? All my fellow witches out there, holler at your girl, okay? You got that witch, that broom witch by your front door. And, if ever that broom witch is by your door, can't no enemy come in. Can't no, motherfucker that don't know how to leave. When you want them to leave, they can't come in. Can't no uninvited guests come in. My witches that, you guys have, your luxury apartments, and your condos where you community living, where you might have maintenance workers or people, keep that witch broom by your door. And that janky ass maintenance worker, I'm telling you, a motherfucker can't get in. My nana taught me this a long time ago. And when I went out to the uni, she told me, I had that broom, baby. I had that broom by the dorm room door. And my roommate's like, what is that? Don't worry about all that, sis. Don't worry about all that. It's for a reason, okay? Yeah. I kept all of the riffraff out of our dorm, okay? Out of our dorm room. We had a nice little dorm. Okay, I'm going back down. Let me stop. But for those of you guys, dear one, who chose pile 2, your home is very important to you. I'm hearing home is where the heart is, okay? You love to clean, okay? You guys may also like, a lot of wood fixtures. You like natural textures, okay? Natural fibers on your body, in your home to touch, okay? Wool, cotton, what's that sheepskin, those thank you, spirit, cashmere, y'all have all of that. Y'all have those big plush, throw covers on that'll just swallow you up, they're just so soft to the touch. Y'all have all of that, I'm seeing it. It's beautiful, okay? So you guys are this type of person, okay? Also, one last stream, dear one, for chop wood. You guys are the type of person where you're quick to cut off a situation that is no longer working for you, okay? So you're not going to hang around. Once you see the writing on the wall and you see that, hey, this is not working out. Oh, this so-called friend of mine, she can't hold water. She's janky. Oh, this person I'm with, he want to, compete with me rather than be with me. Nah, I got to go. You don't stay around trying to, pretend as though you didn't see what you saw and hear what you heard. The moment that you get a glimpse that something ain't right and something went left, you out of there, okay? You gonna cut it off. You gonna nip it at the bud. Chop the wood, okay? I'm gonna chop off everything that I don't need, everything that's extra in my life, everything that's taking up space, has no place, and it don't need to be there. It's also giving that you guys love to declutter. Could I be looking at my witches that love to declutter? Could I be talking to my witches right now? Where when I look at you in the ethers, it's given that you love to watch those home and garden TV shows. You want to garden, or you do garden, or you thinking about it. You like to play around with the herbs. You could even be taking herbology classes, You be teaching some of the people around you, girl, this calendula would do you good. It does this, it does that. Girl, this chamomile, you need to get you some of this, you need to get you some of that. It's given, dear one. Whomever you are, people love to go over to your house because it's very soothing. You might have company and they 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, hell, they done fell asleep on your ass because it's so comfortable. You guys like to host and have people come over for dinner and movies and this and that. You let their ass stretch out on that carpet, girl, they'll be snoring in a half hour. They supposed to be watching a movie. They supposed to be having, sip wine and gossip, sip wine and tea with the ladies, with the witches. They over there snoring in the corner. It's giving that, okay? Whoever you are. Very, very beautiful, okay? You guys also love to declutter and organize, okay? Some of you guys, if you wanted to, you can make a living at it. You know, that's just a caveat for somebody. Or you can make extra money. You could be a consultant, okay? How to stage your home, how to feng shui your home. Put that plant over there to the east, you know, facing that window. Put that, you know, that broom this way, that way, okay? Put that candle over there, you know. This corner needs some water. Get you a fountain, you know, a little makeshift fountain on the altar. Put it right there, you know. That's the love section. That's the romance section. That's the marriage section. That's the health section. That's y'all. For those of you guys who chose pile 2. And Spirit says if you're not quite into that now, it's coming. Your gifts are opening up, okay? They're coming online, okay? That's for somebody, okay? All right, damn, Spirit. Turn me loose now. That's a little bit of y'all, you know, who you are in the ethers, okay? Now, you guys, let's get into the tea, okay? What's the gossip on you from that past F-boy or F-girl or that player that you rejected, okay? Let's see. Come through, Spirit. What do you want to tell my collective? Okay. Ooh, 2 popped out. Okay, we'll take them. Okay. We'll take them. Okay, the first card, dear one, is your love and bed game is healing. Okay. And then the second card is fake friend. Fake friend. All right. So let's start off with the first one, dear one. The gossip on you from that past F-boy or F-girl or that player that you rejected is that, you know, your love game, your bed game is very, very healing, okay? Now, some of them, dear one, as they're sitting back in the cut, reminiscing over you, thinking about you, you know, hating the fact that they fumbled and they fucked up with you, you know, they're recognizing some of them, dear one, even as they have a current or even as they have access to, you know, women, men, you know, whatever they like, dear one, and whoever you are, whatever you like, they're thinking about you and how your bed game, you know, is very, very healing, and they miss that, okay? Because, you know, dear one, a lot of times, you know, low vibrational people, they could say, ain't nothing, you ain't different, ain't nothing special by you, you know, you piss sitting down just like every other broad. You ain't nothing, yeah, all of us are not alike, okay? All of you guys have something very different in terms of your energy signature, very, very different in terms of your sexual energy, okay? Very different in terms of your DNA codes and how that emits out into the ethers and how, you know, it affects people when you come close to them, when you share your energy with them, when you touch them, when you smile at them, when you speak with them, okay? But dear one, come through, Spirit. Somebody, this could be one of the past F-boys or F-girls. Now they sobbing now. Their nose is a little stuffy because my nose is getting stuffy, and I know it's not me. I don't have allergies, so this is somebody. All right. But what I was saying, dear one, is that, you know, whoever this person is, dear one, they recognize that, you know, your love and your bed game is very healing, and that it's been very, very difficult to find someone like you, someone that matches your vibe, someone that gives them, I'm hearing like, when you was with this person, you know, even if it was just for a short time, you know, even if it was just for a good time and not a long time, you know, yeah. Even if it was just like that, dear one, they still recognize that there was something very, very different about you. Even if they would have had a lot of people around them at the time and, you know, they had their cake and eating it too, but they still had you on a certain level, a certain ranking as far as, you know, you being different, your energy being different. This is why, dear one, whomever this player, you know, is and was, no matter how many people they had around them, no matter how much they was out in the streets, they was always, dear one, trying to either hold on to you or circle back around to you all the time. And this had a lot to do, dear one, even on the subconscious level, even if they didn't know it at the time, because there was something so different about your bed game. Now, I'm not talking about bed game in terms of, you know, hell, some of y'all could slip and slide, you know, let it ride, you know, reverse it, you know, flip it and reverse it, put it in reverse, you know, put it in reverse, Terry. Come through, Spirit. Yeah, some of y'all, yeah, you can do that. You know, we ain't talking about all of that, you know, standing up on your head, twerking with your pinky out. Some of y'all can do that too. But we're talking about the overall energy, your essence, the connection that you were able to make with people as you were also sharing your energy with this particular person. This really was awakening all of their chakras. A lot of you guys, you had a player experience their first Kundalini experience with you, through you, and y'all didn't even know it. And they was too, you know, in their ego to admit it. And this is why, they was chasing you down like your love was a drug, like they was addicted to you. And a lot of you guys, they were. And some of y'all was like, man, leave me the hell alone. You got all them damn hoes. You leave me alone. You talking to all these people you don't want to do right by me. And it's like they couldn't seem to let you go. They couldn't seem to leave you alone. Got 3, 4, 5 randoms, They had women like they was playing spades. I got 3, 4 and a possible. I got 4 on the side and a maybe. They was treating everybody like that. But it was something about you, dear one. They just could not seem to let you go. They just could not seem to, just let you go on about your way, want anybody else to have you, do right by you. They always wanted you around. They always wanted to get back into your good graces, up and down, back and forth. I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. But they always wanted to come around. It was like an addiction, dear one. They were addicted to your energy. Even if they claimed that they couldn't stand your ass, even if they claimed they couldn't stand your personality, they may have been trying to change different things about you. Why you do that? Why you say that? Why you dress like that? Why you operate like that? But they always was trying to be with you because on a subconscious level, dear one, and they maybe couldn't even, recognize at the time, and some of them could. Your bed game is very, very healing, okay? I'm hearing that old school song. When I get that feeling, I need sexual healing, sexual healing is good to me. Come through, spirit. Marvin Gaye there, old school. Yeah, dear one, even though they couldn't, verbalize it at the time or even admit, your energy is not like everybody else's. You guys was giving this person a boost, okay? You made their health better. You made them look better. Okay, you awakened their chakras. You made them more ambitious. This person before they was around you, they probably was just, a lazy hoe. They probably was just a lazy F boy, a lazy F girl. But when they met you, dear one, it was like they had some spark. They had some spice. They had a little bit more ambition, a little bit more get up and go. And it was because of you. It was because of your energy. They was manifesting off of your energy. When you was with this person, dear one, they started attracting a lot more people to be in their whole harem. Because even the people was sensing, damn, what is this energy that is on, F-boy here? What's this energy on player here? What is this energy that's on playgirl here? I got to get some of that. Yeah, I want some of that. Yeah, I don't care who they're with. Yeah, I just want to partake. I just want a little something. It was because of your energy, dear one. It wasn't really so much because of this person, who they were. It wasn't even so much of what they looked like or what they had, but it was because of the energy that they was wearing. They were wearing your energy. Come through, spirit. Yeah, that's for somebody. All right. Next message, dear one, we have is fake friend, dear one. Dear one, some of you guys, you have a player here, past player, past F boy or F girl, and they're lying to themselves and lying to people around them and saying that it was either someone in your life that didn't like them, that, was talking in your ear and turned you against them, or they're saying that it was, people in their life that they thought were friends, that they thought was going to give them the best advice, the right advice. And, they turned them away. They gave them the wrong advice because either they were a hater or because they was trying to get at you on a low themselves. Okay. But this energy, dear one, that I'm tapping into for this particular stream is giving that, whoever this player is, dear one, whomever this F boy or F girl is, they're gossiping about you and saying that you guys still would have been together and you guys could have, really, made something, in terms of, turning a fling into a real full-fledged, powerful, dynamic relationship or power couple. But it didn't work out, dear one, because of the people, either because of the people that you were around that was telling you, bad things about, this person and, turning you against him or her, or either because, dear one, they're saying that they had people in their life that they thought was, had their best interests at heart and that they was a fake friend too. And they just was either hating on the person they later found out, or that they was, trying to get with you on a low. And that's why they was telling them the things that they were telling them, because they were trying to get this person to sabotage. They were trying to get this person to fuck up, to fumble with you. Okay. So for some of you guys, dear one, this is what this particular player is gossiping about. y'all would still be together. He would have been let go and turned loose all of those other randoms. But nah, he was listening to the wrong people. He had wrong people in his camp or her camp in their circle, giving them the wrong advice, telling them this and that, and lying or telling them this and that and being deceptive, trying to deliberately block him because they was trying to get at you themselves. He was around people that didn't want him to be happy or didn't want her to be happy, didn't want to be all together. They were threatened by the thought, the idea of you guys being together. This is what this person is gossiping about. Now, for some of you guys, this could have a little bit of truth to it, okay? And for others of you guys, this is just a cop-out. This is just an excuse, dear one. Because this person, whoever they are, they just didn't want to accept the fact that, they made their own choices. They have to pay their consequences, because at the end of the day, you can listen to any damn body, but you're the one that have to live with the consequences. So you're the one that have to make up in your mind if what you heard or what someone said to you, was it of, for your best interest, okay? So it's giving that this person, dear one, they don't really want to take full 100% accountability for how, they ended up in a situation where they're now without you, okay? Is giving that. And then maybe for one or two energies, dear one, there could have been a little bit of truth to the fact that, they were simply surrounded by the wrong people that played on their top, played in their head. They were very, very gullible at the time when it came to you. They were too, it's kind of like, it's giving the energy that when somebody really, really likes someone, and they don't have the skills to step to the person and make things right, they get goofy and they start telling the wrong people what they looking at, the wrong people who they're interested in. And if they're not able to really suss out a person and tell what their intentions are, they tell the wrong people their business, and then it backfires. It turns on them. It hits them in the ass. For maybe one or two persons, dear one, out of the majority of the energy, they just don't want to take accountability. They just want to play victim. I'm going to tell you that straight up and down, okay? But then for maybe like one or two, energy is giving that they were deliberately thrown off their path, given the wrong advice, because they really confided their heart, they poured their heart, they poured their desires, what they wanted, their plans into somebody, trusting that person, thinking that they were getting the right information concerning you about what to do, what not to do, how to approach you, and all of this and that and that and this. And it was really a setup from the get up, because whoever they was around, they discovered that this person was really a fake friend. This person really didn't love them, really didn't have their best interests at heart. This person was just around them for what they could get out of them. And another thing that they was trying to get was you, okay? And for whatever reason, dear one, they listened to the advice of this so-called person that they thought was, a good friend, but they turned out to be a fake friend. And they fumbled you because they listened to the wrong advice. And the advice that they was giving this person, hell, that wasn't going to work on you. They was giving, the type of advice that, they maybe can pull a random with that. They can pull a mud duck with that. They could pull a gutter rat with that. But they can't pull my collective with no bullshit like that. Whatever type of advice that this person was getting from this fake friend, that would have never worked for you, dear one. Okay? And it didn't work. Okay? Yeah, because this person went to showing his ass or her, playing, them stupid ass games. And you know what they say, dear one. What they say, y'all? When you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes or some shit like that. Come through, spirit. Well, whoever this player is, dear one, they was playing stupid games and they got stupid prizes. They ended up alone without your ass, okay? Yeah, just giving that. Come through, spirit. Okay, let's get a little bit more tea on the gossip on my collective from that past fuckboy, that past fuck girl, or that player, dear one, that you rejected, okay? This one was in reverse, okay? We have jobless, okay? Now, dear one, for one particular energy, okay? Spirit says more than that. Out of 10, how many, spirit? Okay, 4 out of 10, and then the rest of them, I'll get to the rest of them. But for the 4 out of 10, dear one, this particular past F boy, F girl, or player, this is someone, dear one, they're really fronting and they're pretending as though, they got it going on, they got money, but, the money ain't tight and right like it used to be, okay? This person is in debt, they are in arrears, and they're really trying to maintain some type of persona, perhaps, because of what they do, because of, their name or whatever like that. But it's giving, dear one, that, they're in the red, that they don't really have what they claim to have, okay? And it's giving also, dear one, that this person is pissed. And as they look at you, dear one, and they see that you guys are, you're rising, on your own level. I'm hearing rags to riches on your own level, okay? Because there's levels to this shit. And all of you guys are on different levels, okay? But, how this person is seeing you, dear one, there is giving that they're a little bit jealous, okay, that you're doing a whole lot better. Some of them, dear one, you have equal to where they are. Some of you guys, you have passed up this person. And this is someone, dear one, they really worship money. It's really all about lights, camera, action, clout, status, material possessions, things of that nature, what it looked like rather than what it really is. For some of you guys, dear one, this person has lost what they have, okay? Because, they were doing, unscrupulous things I'm hearing from people. Character was not intact, rose too high, but didn't have the character and the integrity to hold on to it, lost what they have. I'm all, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, somebody trying to block my throat chakra, I'll fuck you up. We rebuke the bitches. Turn me loose. Yeah. For one particular person, dear one, is giving that this person, their 15 minutes of fame is up, dear one, okay? And as they're seeing you climb, this is the type of person, dear one, well, they may have clowned you. They may have thought that, hey, what that little stuff you doing, girl, ain't nobody gonna buy that. Ain't nobody gonna promote you, girl. Ain't nobody gonna, help you get your EP done. Ain't nobody gonna take you to the studio, girl. Ain't nobody gonna, give you a shout out, girl, and help you get that business together, dude, or whatever the case may be. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. Ain't nobody gonna, ain't nobody checking for that. It's given that this person, dear one, whomever you are, you were in your beginning stages, your seed stages where you were just laying the groundwork, okay? Now, you always had it going on, but it's all about, it takes time to pop out. It takes time for you to catch a wave, for people to see what you're working with, okay? You was always working with it, but at the time, dear one, the world wasn't ready for you. They was ready for, that same old shit. They was ready for, stuff that was a little bit inauthentic, everybody trying to be like the next person that's already trending instead of trying to be like their own goddamn self, okay? So, you wasn't ready to pop out in that season because, everything you do, dear one, is authentic. But meanwhile, whoever this person is, dear one, they were clowning you, and they thought that, hey, ain't nobody gonna buy that, ain't nobody gonna promote that. But now, fast forward to now, dear one, you are either on the equal level to where this person was back in the day when they thought that they was doing so well, they thought that they was all popped out and everybody was checking for them, or you have surpassed this person. And whatever they have acquired, they lost it just as quick as they got it. They lost it, okay? I'm hearing demotion, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing, seizures, is that how you say it, Spirit? When property and assets have been seized, taken, okay? They've had IRS problems and issues. They've had baby mama problems and issues, okay? Yeah, they've lost a contract. They've lost brand deals and merch, okay? Businesses have had to been liquidated, okay? Yeah, they've been sued one time too many, and now they ain't got no goddamn assets, okay? I'm hearing foreclosures, okay, evictions, and I'm hearing Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great come through, Spirit. Yeah. So this is someone, dear one, they was very braggadocious, very arrogant in their season. And they never thought, dear one, that they can ever, not be, that person, that everybody would always be checking for them. They never thought that they would have, a down season, a downcline. Okay. It's also given this, if this is a sports person, they were so cocky. They never thought that, nobody was not going to be checking for them. They making all the plays. They making all the runs. And then they got an injury and they ass got sat down. But, really, I'm hearing from Spirit, them getting sat down, part of that was karma because they talked too fucking much. And, they forgot where their blessings came from. And so, Spirit had to humble their ass, okay? Yeah, but meanwhile, dear one, in between time, they was talking about you in some way, shape, or form that was very unfavorable. They weren't really nice to you. They weren't really, giving you your props. And even if they didn't have to give you your props, they didn't have to shit on you at the same time. So it's given they went over and beyond trying to, clown you in some way, shape, or form. Well, now this person, they're out in the cold. People not returning their phone calls. The networks that they used to have, they don't have no more. But they're really trying to hide it, okay? But yeah, I'm hearing they're down bad, okay? And this is because of their karma. And also because they won't even still humble themselves, dear one. Whoever this past F-boy, F-girl, whoever this player is, dear one, they're watching you. Part of their karma is watching you climb while they study decline. And it ain't a damn thing they can do about it. But they trying to talk about you like a dog, and they trying to lie and project onto you and say you the one that, you fake flexing. You the one that ain't really got it like you claim you got it. But no, dear one, you have it and they don't. It's really projection because they're still trying to hold on to an image, a past image of, the way things were when they had it, but they don't have it no more. But they still trying to hold on to that same persona. But the math ain't mathing. Yeah, it's giving that, dear one. And for others of you guys, dear one, it's giving that, some of you guys, you have learned how to not show people what you're working with. You have learned to, not let people know that you're doing well, because you know that a lot of times you be surrounded by people that be gunning for your ass, and they be hating on you, they be preying on you, P-R-E-Y instead of P-R-A-Y. They don't want to see you do well. Anybody but you, dear one. Okay, so you guys have learned how to keep things close to yourself and keep things close to your chest. Okay, is what I wanted to say. Come through spirit. Okay, yeah, it's giving that. And so a lot of times, dear one, you guys will, you pretend like you ain't got it. You doing very well, okay? But, you ain't let nobody know what's in your bank account. You ain't let nobody know what's in your saving accounts, okay? Plural for some of y'all. You ain't let nobody know your financial portfolio and whether you own it or rent it. None of their business, okay? Yeah, you're not letting nobody know that, you got some, property coming, that will about to, come through, that settlement about to come through. You ain't letting, that ain't nobody business, okay? Some of y'all, you play dumb. I ain't got it. Somebody call you up, collective, I got a problem with this, can you hold me over? Or, collective, can you let me borrow? Can I hold on? Can I borrow? Hell no, you can't borrow shit. You can't hold on to shit. You can't hold shit. Get on out of here now. Get on and get some more, goddammit. I ain't got it. I wish I could help you, but I ain't got it. Okay, yeah. Some of y'all, you playing smart because you recognize that, you be surrounded by a bunch of goddamn freeloaders. They didn't help you get it, but they damn sure want to help you spend it. Well, where the hell they do that at? Okay? Yeah, that's for somebody. All right, so this is what they're saying, dear one. Some of them, they mad now. You passed them up. They talked about you, and now people clowning them like, yeah, well, you talked all that shit about collector. It don't look like they doing bad to me. It don't look like they homeless to me. It look like, they ass out and they begging and they need this and they need that from everybody and from you to me. Shit, they doing good. You the one, struggling, partner. You the one need to get your weight up. You all right? You all right, boss? You good? You good? Come through spirit. Yeah, it's giving that, y'all. Some of these players here, they getting clowned by their own peers, by their own homeboys, because they like, see, you done already been humbled, and now you still running your goddamn mouth. Now, I'm your homeboy now. I'm just telling you the truth. It's giving that. Come through spirit. Next message, you guys, we have MK Ultra. MK Ultra. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the gossip on you from that past F-boy, F-girl, or player that you rejected, dear one. They're saying that, dear one, in some way, shape, or form, they see you as somebody that, you could have been under some type of mind control. They see you as someone that has always been targeted. They see you as someone where people have always been trying to play on your top because people have always been threatened by your mind. Also, you could have a player that they claim that they know your family, they know your bloodline, they know your upbringing, and they know, dear one, that you have been a victim of being a targeted individual and being under some type of mind control. They're claiming that for maybe one or two of you guys, they know that you come from a very strange family where you could have grew up in a cult, okay? Or you grew up in some type of very strict, toxically religious type of background or setting. And it was like basically like, this was like some type of brainwashing, some type of cult. But you guys got up out of that and you're a whole lot different now, okay? Some of them, dear one, this person is saying that, you know what? They recognize that from looking at you and seeing how free and liberated you are, that they realize that based on what they do for a living, or based on what they have done, or based on the type of family they've come from, the type of friends that they have been around, that they themselves, they are admitting, dear one, that they may have been up under MK Ultra. Some of them are saying, dear one, I know I wasn't in my right mind when I was doing the shit that I was doing, when I was, on the substances I was on, when I was around certain people. I know I had certain people in my life that should not have been there, and they was only trying to just handle me, control me, manipulate me. I know that's one of the reasons why, I was doing the stupid ass shit that I did, and why, I lost collective, why I fumbled them, why I let them get away, because my damn mind wasn't right. Some of them are big, dear one, that, they was taking too many drugs. They was, they was riding that white horse, okay? They was drinking too much Henny Hen, too much cognac, too much yak, okay? And that their mind wasn't right, Some of them, that's why they have a lot of regrets in terms of, what they've done, how their life has turned out. How they've lost so many material possessions, so many opportunities, so many good people, and they found themselves surrounded by snakes, okay? Surrounded by opportunists, surrounded by people that don't give a damn about them, people that wouldn't piss on them, dear one, if it was raining, but they'll show enough smile in their face if they show them some money. Show me the money. They'll show enough come up to them and say, hey, you the finest thing I've ever seen. You want to go out to lunch, you want to go out, you want to go on a date, you want to do this, you want to do that, And it's only because, dear one, they coming towards this F-boy because, or F-girl or player, because they know what they got, or they think they know what they got. So this person, dear one, they recognizing that when it comes to you, either, based on your past upbringing, you've been around a lot of people, dear one, they've always been trying to play with your mind, manipulate your mind, because your mind is one of your greatest assets. It is your greatest threat to a lot of different people, a lot of people that don't want to see you win, a lot of people that didn't want to see you make it without them, a lot of people did want that, they wanted to ride off your shine and they wanted to take credit. And so they felt like if they couldn't take credit or take part of what you was getting or what spirit was going to bless you with it, they was going to try to block you from having it. And a lot of them, dear one, they went out of their way to try to literally drive you crazy, have you under some type of MK Ultra. MK Ultra is pretty much just like trauma-based mind control, where I fuck with your mind, fuck with your life. I keep, creating situations for you. You get a job, lose a job, get a job, lose a job, get into a relationship, they beat you, get into another relationship, they stalking you, you try to find somebody to love you and then they hating on your ass, they betray your ass, okay? Yeah, everywhere you go, you a target, okay? It's like, they recognize that you've been in situations where people have literally tried to take you out of here, and they try to do it, dear one, by causing so much trauma in your life to your mind that literally they wanted your mind to split, where you would not even know yourself, not even know your first from your last name. You would be in a crazy house somewhere, and that will cause you to abort your destiny, because if you're not in your right mind, you can't fulfill your purpose. You don't even know who you are, let alone what you're supposed to do in life. They recognize that this has happened to you, that you have been a target. Some of them, dear one, one particular spirit that's popping through here in the ethers. One person come through, spirit, with this confirmation. We know it to be true. Thank you, spirit. For one particular person, dear one, this person is, admitting to him or herself quietly now. But, I'm a fly on the motherfucking wall, so I know what they saying, okay, what they thinking. One particular person, dear one, they're saying to themselves that they know that in some way, shape, or form, they're guilty of, being responsible for some type of MK Ultra, some type of gang stalking, some type of systematic regime of trauma-based mind control on your ass to stop you, to block you, to abort your destiny, simply because you rejected this motherfucker, whoever he or she is, and now they try to make it, they tried to make an example out of you, dear one, where they literally wanted to destroy you because it was all about their raggedy ass ego, and they just took it too far. This particular F-boy, F-girl, whoever they are, dear one, It's giving that they are part of a secret society. It's giving that, they could be a part of the brotherhood, sisterhood, Mason, Eastern Star, Rosicrucian, Scientology. Then we get some of those janky ass, church cults, okay? Jehovah Witness, okay? Scientology, Church of God in Christ, okay? 5%ers, okay? Black Hebrew Israelites, okay? Hearing Church of God, that's a cult, okay? And all of these other type of subcults, dear one, where they engage in the polyfuckery, and they also do the different handshakes and this and that and that and this, and they have all of these different type of, orgies and all types of janky, raggedy shit, yeah? It's given that, dear one. For this one particular energy that I'm tapping into, they are part of that. And they're recognizing, dear one, their karma has come back to bite them in their ass. I mean, they getting their ass handed to their ass. They getting it, and they getting it good. And they know that, it's all connected to you, dear one, for the part that they played and, trying to put you under some goddamn MK Ultra where you was literally in some damn Truman show. They called a hit on your ass. I'm hearing spiritual hit. They called a hit on your ass where they literally wanted somebody to come to you, befriend you, be your lover, and take your ass out, okay? And then they thought that they was going to get some money off of that too, on the back end. I'm hearing, killing two birds with one stone. Yeah, we're going to get this bitch, and then I have an insurance policy out on the hoe. So once you take her out, I'm going to get money off the hoe, because who the fuck does she think she is, or he is, to tell me no, to reject me? I mean, it was a systematic campaign. Yeah, and now they're getting their asses handed to them. Before it's all said and done, dear one, this person, they gonna lose their mind, okay? Yeah, and for one particular person, this person could be in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. They could also be in the industry. They could be in the music industry. They gonna lose their mind, okay? I'm hearing that old school song. My mind, my mind, my mind. I'm about to lose my... I can't ever get that last part, y'all. That girl is tough like a motherfucker. If I could hit them runs, y'all, a bitch would be on tour. Okay? But come through spirit, old school. That is what it's giving. This person, dear one, before it's all said and done, they gonna lose their mind. Okay, because of what they did to you, because they did too much. It wasn't fair. All of that for their ego, all of that did want to make an example out of you. They called people on you. They called police on you. They used, certain systems to terrorize you, to go against you. CPS, the DMV and shit, some of you all, your leasing companies, and, some of y'all, your HOA, housing companies and shit, Oh my God, they just did the most, y'all. Some of them, they tried to get you guys committed into some type of facility or institution based on a lie. False rumors, they try to dredge up situations where you guys would have all of these crazy ass, surveillance campaigns. You guys would be under, investigation and didn't even know it. And you're losing jobs and you thinking it's you and it's not your fault. It was a setup from the get up, okay? Yeah, and they were calling all of these different people on you, all because they wanted to make an example out of you. All because they wanted you to go crazy. All because they wanted you to end up on drugs or, out on the street homeless, or take your life or take somebody else's life and then end up in prison. All of this was an MK Ultra campaign. And whoever this particular energy is, dear one, and they are a past F boy, a past F girl, or, a past player. They are that. Spirit is going to lay their burdens down. But I'm hearing slow burn. I'm hearing that everything that they wanted for you, dear one, this is going to happen to them. And they're not going to survive it like you survived it. They're going to go through every level. They come through. Yeah, see? They don't want me to get this message out because I'm telling all that ass, okay? We rebuke the bitches and the message will get out. Yeah, everything that they planned and strategized for you, dear one, to hurt you, to harm you, for you to lose your mind, is going to happen to them, and they're not going to survive it. I'm hearing slow burn. At the end of when it's all said and done, dear one, they going to want to just try to take their life. They going to want to just drive their goddamn car off a cliff. They going to want to just take some pills and go to sleep, okay? Yeah. They going to want to just, taunt a racist cop and just stand in front of them and just wait for it to happen. But it ain't going to happen. Yeah, they gonna want to see death, but death will not come. They gonna get all of that shit. Because what they did, dear one, I'm hearing ultimate spiritual violation, ultimate energy, physical violation. They violated you guys on so many levels. So many levels. Some of y'all, some of the shit y'all went through at the hands of this F boy, at the hands of this F girl, or this player here, y'all, it was so tough. It's a miracle that you still breathing and you know, walking and watching your girl. Some of y'all, the shit you've been through, dear one, it's so tough, it's so diabolical, you're going to take it to the grave. Yes, you are. You ain't going to tell a soul. You know, people might look at you and say, damn, I could look at Lisa. You Lisa. I could look at JoJo. I could tell they got a story to tell. But you know what? You ain't going to tell them. That's between you and God. You and your ancestors, baby. The shit that you've been through. They wouldn't believe you if you told them no way. It's given, if you told them that one day, I think you lying. They'd be like, girl, stop your lying. That sound like a Tyler Perry movie. Not Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry. Girl, that sound like some goddamn, you know, what they call it, the Latino soap operas, Nova, what they call it, Telenova. That sound like one of them damn Telenova movies. You dramatic. You just doing the most. No, it's real. What you've been through is real. They could make a movie on your ass. It'd be a blockbuster. They could write a song about your ass. It'd be a hit. Okay? They could write a book about your ass. It'd be a bestseller. They wouldn't believe you. And some of y'all, you're going to take it to the grave, some of the shit that you've been through. But this mofo now, whomever they are, dear one, this past F boy, F girl, or player here, that was responsible for this regime of just hatred, violation, gang stalking, harassment, bullying, you know? Also, you know, surveillance, you know, intruding on your privacy, tapping your phones, fucking with your Wi-Fi, got military on you and shit, got, you know, doctors and medical people on you and shit, got goddamn janky ass lawyers on you and shit, you know, authorities and shit. They gonna pay. They gonna pay, dear one. They had gangbangers on you, private eye, the janky ass PIs on you, bounty hunters on you. They gonna pay, I said. Okay, I'm gonna get out the ethers. Cause spirit ain't playing with this mofo, whoever they are. He been told them to leave you alone. For some of y'all, you have been going through this shit for years by this same motherfucker, whoever they are. And some of them recruited people to do their bidding, to try to make it look like their hands was clean while they were still, you know, around you, surveilling you. Some of them, even at the time when they were still up in your motherfucking face smiling with their fangs, you know, trying to hide their fangs and shit. Oh, they gonna get it. They gonna get it good. Okay? Some of y'all, they banded together with some family members. Yeah. Some of y'all, you know, your life was going good until a raggedy ass family member introduced you to that motherfucker that created hell in your life. It was a setup from the get up. They gonna pay. And everybody that they worked with, they going down too. Okay? That's for somebody. All right? Spirit said I could turn it loose, y'all. I done gave y'all enough tea that you need to set you free. I'm going to give y'all some signs, okay? Let me find out where I am on the time. Damn, 2:24, hell yeah. No wonder he said turn it loose. Let me give y'all some signs, dear one, and then I'm going to say hi to a few of you guys in the chat, okay? And then we going to turn it loose together, because goddamn. All right, here we go. Come through, Spirit. For those of you guys where this message most resonates, you or they, dear one, can very well be a Taurus, Pisces, Aries, Virgo, Libra. Thank you, Spirit. Gemini, Taurus, Scorpio. Also, I'm hearing Leo moon, Sagittarius rising, Capricorn moon, Aqua rising, and Libra moon is hiding. And if I didn't say so already, Libra rising. Very, very strong. Yeah, some of these signs we're trying to hide, dear one. They feel embarrassed. Yeah. They feel like they've been put out on Front Street, and they have. And especially for that last stream, fuck you, okay? Because you're going to get it, and you're going to get it good. Because what you did to the collective, you were definitely out of pocket. You were definitely wrong. And you going to pay, motherfucker, whoever you are. Yeah. So, you can run, but you can't hide. I will pull your ass up out of the ethers here. Libra moon, Libra rising. That's for somebody. If y'all know who this person is, their natal chart for this last particular stream, where they going down for the janky ass shit that they did to you guys, this MK Ultra regime, when they recruited people against you guys. This is a Libra moon, Libra rising. Yeah, let me just put some stank on that since they was trying to hide, motherfucker. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's the tea that you need to set you free, okay? Damn, y'all, I was in the ethers today. Y'all be wanting me to be here all day, okay? Y'all be wanting your girl to be here all day, okay? My God. All right, I'm going to say hi to the chat, you guys. Not to all of you guys. I'll maybe say hi to maybe like 3 or 4 of you guys. And then I'm going to read the rest of these very beautiful comments after the live stream, okay? So let's see. What do we have here? We have Shell HD Hawan 9027 says, hey, ma'am, could you please let me know is Vanshika wants to come back in Lakshay's life, okay? Well, dear one, I don't know. You're going to have to tune in and stay tuned for next time, dear one, on the particular live stream where I'm going to answer a yes or no oracle question for free, okay? And then if it's meant for it to be, if you're showing up at the right place at the right time, I could be answering your question, okay, love? So hold on to your question for next time, okay? All right, and then you said hi and hello to you. I hope that you're doing well, okay? Anna Klusker sent 3 hearts. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, okay? And you say hi and hello to you. And then Tony Baskerville says, hi, I am just floating here. Happy birthday to me and all the Virgos too. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Tony Basker. Everybody tell Tony Basker happy birthday, okay? Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tony, okay? Be safe, okay? Spend it with the people that you love, the people that you trust, okay? And if you don't have any of them around you at the point, spend it with yourself, okay? Self-love is the best love. Be good to you, okay? Go get you a sweet treat, okay? Yeah, but, enjoy your day, okay? Another year around the sun. Yes, absolutely. That's a blessing, because all of the janky shit going on in the world today, you guys, we never know. We could be here today, gone tomorrow. So celebrate yourself, okay? Love yourself, all right? Absolutely. I think this is miscellaneous. 123 XYZ says 723, okay? That could mean something. Is that a birth date or month or some of your lucky numbers, dear one, okay? Fred George says, hi. Hi, Fred George. How are you, sir? Okay. Sherelle Gonzalez says, hello. Hi, love. How are you? I hope that it's all good in your neighborhood. Okay. And then Sherelle Gonzalez sent hiding for 10 jewels. Thank you so much, love. Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. Okay. Natural Urban 7667 says, get the likes up. That's right. Let them know, dear one. Don't come up in here and get this good tea that you need to set you free and then, eat and belch and leave the table and don't leave a tip. Okay, don't do that. Don't be janky like that. Okay, let's have a equal reciprocity of that good energy, exchange of energy, because as I bless you, you bless me, and then vice versa. It's like a loop, like the infinity sign. Okay. So, you lose nothing, dear one, by showing your appreciation, by showing your love. So get the likes up, okay? And thank you for that. And thank you, Rico King. I saw that out the corner of my eye. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And Rico King is officially a member of the Vibe Tribe over here, because I see him a lot, okay? And I love to see it, okay? Hope to see you more, okay? Natural Urban said clowns, The goof troops. They goofy. I say they's goofy. Yeah. Be doing all of that shit and then they crying they beer after they done got caught. But you know, I keep that same energy now. Don't be crying now. Don't cry now. Okay. What's up, Cersei? Cersei says, Sage Squad, I am lurking. Go ahead on and lurk, boo. Get your tea that you need, okay? Absolutely. All right. Then we have T. Marie. She says, hi. Hi, T. Marie. How are you, love? Okay. And beautifully, I am divine. Love that name. Says, hey, beautiful goddess. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well, okay? And then we have Khalifa Saab, HY4D says, how can I murag my love partner named Miriam and Mutsadir or Mudasir? How can you what? How can you get your partner? I'm trying to paraphrase because I believe that maybe perhaps English is not your first language, okay? You could be one of my international supporters, and welcome, welcome. But again, Khalifa, this seems like a question that you want answered, love. And so hold on to that question to next time, because next time might be the right time when I'm answering a free yes or no oracle message, and I might select yours, okay? So hang on to your question, love, okay? And then Jay Renee says, hi. Hi, Jay Renee. Mars222 says, I love Jill Scott. I know that's right. Me too. Love her. She's bad, okay? And then Demetria Miller 146 said, now you showing out. Was I showing out, Dimitri? I'm just making it do what it do, okay? Yeah, all praises to the Most High, Spirit, and my ancestors that don't play about me. I be in the ethers. I'm down with the shit, okay? And I don't play no games, okay? So I'm glad that you got some messages that resonated with you, sir, okay? Very glad. Or madam, okay? I think this is Demetria, okay? So whomever you are, love, thank you so much, all right? And then you said, you made me laugh, okay? I'm glad because... you know, some of the tea, dear ones, that I have to give you guys is pretty heavy, okay? Because I kind of operate in the ethers between the light and the dark, you know. I'll be, you know, vibrating down in the dark depths there, okay? Because I'm a Scorpio. That's my calling, you know, to give you guys the deep, dark, shadowy, you know, tea that's going to help liberate you guys, okay? Some of the tea that, you know, you don't see and it could be hiding. And if you don't know about it, you know, it could trip you up. So that's part of my calling, okay? So, you know, Spirit made me, dear one, where because I have to all of this dark, shadowy, deep shit, you know, he made my personality where, you know, I can, you know, cut a little laugh every now and then and make you guys chuckle. So that way you can digest some of this, you know, this dark, shadowy stuff. And it's a lot easier to digest, okay? So if you guys got a chuckle during a read, okay, that means that I'm doing my job and I appreciate it. Okay, and hubby and my in-laws always tell me that I miss my calling because I'm funny as hell. And I'll be like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad y'all got a chuckle because, you know, I was just telling it like I see it. Okay. So, yeah, thank you, love. I appreciate that. Okay. And then House of Scorpions, love the name, says exactly right, healed. Okay, I know that's right, gotta be healed. Okay, Lisa Renee or Renea says, I'm Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Okay, I use your name a lot, dear one, to represent the collective when I'm making an example. Okay, so I'm glad to see that I have a Lisa in my collective. Okay, for real. Okay, so welcome to you. All right. And then we have Beehive. I just got here, but the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? It always is, Beehive. It always is. It says, now is all looking at me in the shower. Stop it. You're making me blush. You know, I be up in that ethers now. I be pulling down that tea now, you know. It's all good. We family, Beehive, you know. I ain't gonna mess with you too tough, okay? Yeah. And then Fred George says, hi. Okay. Linda says, hello, Queen. Hi, Queen. How are you, Linda? I hope that you're doing well today, love. Okay. And you guys, we have some beautiful, beautiful messages. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. Let me scroll all the way down. I see Dandon.Skyline. She's given a lot of beautiful, cute emojis to let me know that the reading has resonated with her. I appreciate it very much. Also, I've seen you quite some time ago, Dandon. I'm seeing you a lot more frequently now, and I love it. Okay, so I want you to show up more. I want to see you more. Okay, and welcome to the Vibe Tribe. You are welcome here. Okay, and let's see what else we have here. Let me scroll down. So many lovely comments. I'm just going to have a good old time, you guys, after the video processes, and then, in the morning when I'm having my tea and I scroll through, I'm going to have a good time because I look at the comments, you guys, and I love to see how you guys are resonating with the reading, okay? I love that so much, all right? And then we have the Blue Star 2222 says, beggars be begging. Don't they though, girl? Don't they? All right, and then let's see what else we got. Let me scroll all the way down here. The Blue Star says, our secrets this time. Rico King has given a lot of checks. Okay, he's resonated. Thank you, King. Thank you, sir. Okay. Destiny 888, I've seen you too, sweetheart. Welcome. Says, absolutely, 100. So glad that the reading is resonating with you. Okay. And then Kelly said, y'all, this has to be my reading. Okay. Well, then if you claim it, boo, it is. So shall it be. Okay. I'm glad that the reading resonated with you. Okay. Absolutely. All right, loves. So I'm going to turn it loose and allow you guys to go on with the rest of your beautiful day, evening, noon, night, whatever time that it is in your neck of the woods, okay? I want you guys to continue to be safe now because they got a lot of crazy shit going on in the ethers and around the world, okay? So I want you guys to be safe, okay? Love yourself, protect yourself, all of that good, all right? And until next time, you guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. Peace. Y'all, the live don't want to turn me loose. Come on now.